Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, and brothers and sisters. Welcome to a new season of endurance racing here at Simsport Racing Solutions International. My name is Chris Buxton, and I'll be one of your commentators throughout this 2.4 hours of Kyalami for these amazing GT cars. Joining me in the commentary box is another Chris, so you've got double Chris's going on tonight, if the world can handle such a thing. It's Chris Hill.
Good evening, Chris. Thanks for that introduction, Chris. I don't know if people can cope with two Chris's in one stream at one time, but let's find out.
I don't know, Chris. We'll see if they can deal with two Chris's at one time. Right, let's head over to our promotional stuff before we get this event underway. This is our starting position of Kyalami. So team endurance event, every team having two drivers, and we have got a wide mixture of all marks being represented. Next time out, here we head to Nürburgring for more of the same at a very classic circuit indeed. Then it's over to Italy for Misano on the 25th of March to see the third round of this series hit the stream. Then it's to our fair shores here in the UK for I unashamedly say one of my favourite circuits. It is, of course, Silverstone. Then we head to southern Spain for Barcelona. It's Catalonia on the 27th of May. And then screaming across the world, as you can see, for Hungaroring. That's going to be fantastic to see in June as we hit summer. That is such a wonderful circuit. And what a way to get the final round of this series done. Right, so qualifying is just coming to an end. Now, anyone that's familiar with GT racing here at Simsport Racing International will recognise quite a few names. And on the top spot is a very familiar name indeed. It's good old Dean Riley representing Dean Riley and Kieran Vidago, I should say, in the number 71 car in their BMW. That is the Simsport BMW. Let's head over to, before we head through the grid, let's have a look at the track guide. And just to kick us off, we start in the dark. Fantastic stuff. And there is the number 71 right in the center stage. It is... Oh, that's... caught me out slightly. Yeah, the number 71 is being piloted by Kieran Vidago. So is riding Vidago in the number 71 car. Oh, what a force. Now, the BMW has recently had some adjustments made to it. Say it's a nerve is probably a bit strong, but it has certainly had a few of its advantages tamed down a little bit. Still competitive, but a bit more of a handful to deal with. In second place is the number 43 car that is being started by a name I'm not going to pronounce correctly, but we'll give it a go anyway. Yannick Velenduk. That is number 43. Let me just look at my notes and bring up who that is. As I confess, I don't know the team names off the top of my head. That's the Team Rocket M Power McLaren. As mentioned, that is Velenduk that starts the way in the number 43. Then it's number 333. That is Mike Abernhus. I knew it. Mike
Abrenosa.
Thank you kindly, sir. That is the Team Abrenosa Aston Martin that takes on row 2 alongside Giorgio Raimondi in the 907 Audi. Is starting the 907 car. Row 3 has got the second of the Abernhosers. That's Nelson Abernhoser in the 321 Aston Martin. And number 69 is the next BMW. It's Aaron van Drunen. Row 4 is the number 33 Lexus of started by Tim Kroll. And the number 221 BMW Veti Rainanen, rather. So I'll get there. By the end of the race, I'll have got these right, and then probably forgotten them by round 2. Anyway. Next row is row 5. Car number 90 is the Aston Martin of Class Vesta. Started by. And the number 267 Ferrari of Andrea Cerci. Then row 6 is the number 60 Porsche, started by Christoph Holzer. And the number 91 BMW, started by Paul Cook. I think he said Peter Cook then, the famous comedian. I mean, he died a number of years ago, but that's another matter. Row 7 is the number 29 Porsche of Mick Schellekens. And the number 8 McLaren of Miran de Klerk. Row 8 is the 821 BMW of Danny van der Veen, alongside the 737 Aston Martin, started by Sebastian Slapik. Row 9, the 136 McLaren of Jetsi Maidemer, and the 236 McLaren of Benjamin Simmers. And row 10, there are plenty of rows thereafter, but I'll stop reading all the names out at this point. There's the number 87 Jaguar of John Beaton, and the number 84 McLaren of Stay Hilton. Jaguar a bit underrepresented, which is a bit of a shame, because that was the same last time I got involved in one of these. Is that our sole Jaguar? It is. It's our sole Jaguar in the field, is the number 87. Mr. Hill, are you familiar with these cars from a driver's perspective?
I am, unfortunately. But as for driving fast, no. I'm a relatively back of the field driver.
What would your weapon of choice be were you on the field?
This season, as you've probably seen, there is a mixed field on the grid. We've got GT3s and GT4s in this event. So this league season, I'm currently driving a GT4, which started on Tuesday, a McLaren 650. I might have even just made that number up. It's definitely McLaren. So yeah, my weapon of choice for this event would be that McLaren, because I can't drive 2 different cars in one season. I've not got that ability, so I could never drive a GT4 and a GT3 car in one season.
Well, as a McLaren fan, I wholly condone that. I love the way Kiridaga actually just shot off the line. He did remember it's a rolling start. He just absolutely flew off the line as if he was expecting a standing start. No, it's a rolling start, as you can see now, the field getting underway. As Chris said, it is a mixture of GT3s and GT4s. You can see on the map there, the GT3s are highlighted in the grey spheres, the GT4s are the blue. Now, in the darkness, it's not going to be possible, realistically, to spot the difference. But the GT3s will be back on the tail of the GT4s. How quickly are we thinking? Is it going to take...
we can do a bet. We can do a bet if you want.
Gambling promoted. No, we're not promoting it, but a friendly wager. Go on then. What are you?
15 laps. 15 laps.
See, I was thinking 20 laps. So, Steve Smash It Proudly is going to be in charge of keeping an eye on that one, because he's got nothing better to do other than point the cameras in the right place. As mentioned, yep, Steve proudly in control of the stream and cameras tonight. Very glad to have him with us once again. Also, talking about the GT3, GT4 difference, you can see the GT4s there highlighted in the grey numbers. So we're looking at the GT4 leader, the 777 Porsche, currently started by Patrick Vast. Alongside, Porsche is certainly the favourite of GT4s. The front 3 of that category are all the Porsches. Naik Vargas is alongside him, 26th and 27th is Bas van Mielis in the 11 car, and Mark Ham and Michael Houtman in the BMWs, the Mercedes, Carlo van der Nies and Jasper van Vaart. One GT4 McLaren, I believe that is the 212, starting 32nd is Andrea Vestkamp. We do have a couple of GT3s at the back of the field, so they shouldn't take too long to get past the GT4s, but it's always a bit of a worry when you're starting behind the slower category. Kind of catching them when they've already spread out is one thing, and I thought someone was flying through the field there, but no, I think that was the Treble 3 car resuming his correct position. Mike Eberenhaus has probably had a bit of an issue and was getting back in spot there. So here's a question for you, Chris. When you inevitably have, as the slower class car, do you kind of worry when the faster cars are coming out behind you, or do you just kind of let them get on with it?
Well, it's not necessarily having a slower car. As I said to you before, I'm back of the field anyway, so I tend to get lapped anyway. And the correct thing to do is be respectful to your fellow competitors, the cars that are faster than you. I won't say try and get out of the way as quickly as possible, but try and make it as safe as possible passing, and let them pass. I'm about to go green, are we not?
We are indeed. 2.4 hours, which works out to be 2 hours 24 minutes. That's why the time is so listed. And we are away then. Now, there's always going to be a flurry of activity at the beginning of any race, endurance or not. But here we go then, screaming our way through the first lap. Everybody wants to try and get as well as they can established in the pecking order. See how well that transpires. It looks like the top few at least have remained in their positions. Few bumps going on slightly further down the field, but it's GT cars. Of course you're going to have that. We do have a yellow flag. That's number 30. Oh, several cars it looks like. 33 was involved in that. Who was that? That was Tim Kroll in the Lexus. I saw on the map the number 44 has been involved. Several cars are stationary. That's Niels Lefebvre in the Bentley. So I think he was one of the GT3s trying to make their way through the field. So it's been a bit of a difficult start already. Lap 1 on a 2.2 hour race, or 2.4 hour race rather. Oh dear, not a good start for some, but Kieran Fidago doing what he can up front to try and build a bit of a lead. Look the way that McLaren look. I don't know if it's just me, Chris, but that McLaren looks a bit like a Lamborghini in certain shots in the dark. The Huracan GT3 car. Oh no! Is that number 33 in trouble again? I saw the yellow marker on the. Well, you can see that us 23 that's fallen a few positions as well. So a few people are trying to elbow their way past. But oops! You can see at the top of the shot there a few bit argy-bargy going on. Of course, the field is still very condensed. Of course, it is, but it's very easy to kind of lose sight of the fact that it's an endurance race, and you try to bit that a little bit too hard to get a bit of position early. But even still, oh, that's someone off. I can see. Can't quite see who that is. Let's come to grief. You can see on the map there, one of the markers is highlighting yellow. I'm trying to identify who that is. I can't quite see who it is. Oh no, there's a spin right on the camera. Just before we cut away there, we saw one of the, I think it was the GT4s getting very, very out of shape. Bit of impact going on there. But yeah, there we go. We can see it's the 821 car is Danny van der Veen. The BMW that is now back underway. He's lost a huge amount of time. Even though it's an endurance race, it is difficult to make back such a huge amount of time. So we come back to Mike Abernhoser, who seemed to have a little bit of trouble earlier on. He's lost third position to, that's the Audi, the 907 Audi of Giorgio Raimondi. Right ahead, right behind him is the Aston Martin, 321 Aston Martin, Fabrizio Torri. Very, very close, as you would imagine, such early on. But already up front, Kieran Fidago and Yannick Vandenduik are very much streaking off into the distance at the moment.
Yeah, and hello to the people watching YouTube. Like and subscribe to us. And we welcome your comments in there. Upski is saying unbelievable, 2 times not our fault for car 33, so he's the second driver for log driving, and I'm trying to remember his name, which is really bad, isn't it? They're actually brothers, so it's Tim Kroll and Dennis Kroll.
So this is how the start went towards the sharp end of the field. Was so you can focus on the. So this is car 29, that Porsche right in the middle that we're looking at with that cyan colour scheme alongside its own teammate there. Now that car now is to the field trying to find him. Oh, and there you go. Oh, that's never where you want to be. And then just chaos. Both of the team cars had trouble there. There's the 821 at the bottom of the shot. But there was really nothing he could do once he got into trouble. There he is in 21st position. Currently in the hands of Mick Schellekens. Once you are in that position of, broadside across the track, especially when, on the opening lap, there's nothing you can do. it's a golden rule of any kind of endurance racing is where you just see 13th position swap hands. That's the Jaguar of who is in that? That is Eric de Jong. Oh, it's 12th position swapping, I believe. Eric de Jong in the Jaguar being challenged as well by, I think it's Paul Cook. I did it again. I knew I'd say Peter Cook or something. But when you're sideways in the track, I'm showing me age. I'm well aware. But yeah, when you're sideways in the track, you just got to kind of hope really that you get an available spot to get out of the way. I feel sorry for the Porsches, but they're still mid-pack, plenty of time to go to recover.
I think if anybody has any criticism about that Porsche spin, he should have held his brakes. He did seem to roll back into the centre of the track, but I'm sure the stewards will look at that at some stage.
Indeed. As we are looking at the 16th position, or we were looking at 16th place there. That was the Aston of Sebastian Slapek. Has there been trouble for the 221 BMW? Just noticed that's on my time screen. That's plummeted quite a number of spots. What has happened to Viti Rainano? Where is he? He's in 8th, so he has fallen a few percent. That could simply be a mistake. Again, with the pack's still so heavily condensed, one mistake is going to be very, very costly. So we look at 15th position. That's Benjamin Simmers in the 236 McLaren. With that's De Jong, Eric de Jong and Klaas Vester directly ahead. The Jaguar and the Aston having their own fight. Oh, well, that gets very, very close. So, from more a driver's perspective, have you driven Kyalami before, Chris?
Yes. How apt that you asked that question. It was the opening race of the GT4 season on Tuesday.
Excellent.
Kyalami, so yes, I didn't do very well, but nobody will really care about that. But yeah, it's a beautiful track. Ours was held slightly earlier than this. We didn't quite get to sunset, but it was, it's a really nice track, full of opportunity for overtaking.
Yeah, it's tricky to kind of see what's going on with this lack of light. There's not a lot of circuit lighting, i.e. none. Hey ho, we deal with the tools that we're given. Now, with the differences in the car performances, whilst they're as balanced as they can be, there are subtle differences between the marques. Does this type of track suit one car over another, do you think, Chris?
It's difficult for me to answer that question. I'm not clever. Chris, you'll very soon find out I'm not very good at giving you feedback on cars and stuff like that. I tend to rely on other people to do that. And I'm just here as the comedic effort. I think there was a lot of talk, obviously, just a couple of weeks ago, of how powerful the BMW would be around everywhere, and the McLaren as well. So certainly for GT3. So it will be interesting to see what happens at the end of this race and who does come out on top, and then I can possibly answer your question.
Fair enough. I'll take that. Kyalami doesn't strike me as a particular circuit that lends itself to the... Oh, never mind about that. We've just seen the 7th position McLaren. That's the 136, currently piloted by Jitsen Maidemer. How was that? Quite heavy impact there. I didn't see who it was he impacted with. Oh, it was car 6-9, so it's Danny de Swart in the BMW, the second place Beamer. Or the second of the BMWs was in 5th position when that took place. Oh dear.
He's done the respectful thing though. He has waited, but I'm wondering now, because he's going that slow, whether he's picked up so much, too much damage, and whether we'll see him in the pits at the end of this lap.
We've seen quite a few people come through the pits already as we look at the 3rd position car of number 333. That's the Aston Martin of Mike Abernhoser. A few changing position further down. That's Danny de Swart and Maidemer sorting themselves out. Paul Cook has capitalised on that, up into 10th position now in the BMW. There in the back of the shot, you can see Fabrizio Torri, who was with that battle a second when we last saw it. But has fallen a little bit off the back. Kim Verdago just out of shot. Can't quite, but just out of that. Well, you just saw his brake lights disappear out of the shot there. He's not too far ahead. About 3.7 seconds, give or take. So he's not too far up the road. It's not an insurmountable gap by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, third and fourth place is held by Team Abbey Racing, both teammates. Just to let you know that, sir.
Thank you, Andy. So this is the replay. Yeah, so this is the rear camera from the 69 car. We're about to see the McLaren bury itself into its boot. Yes, the only camera that's actually of any use. And there we go. Just the 7th place McLaren was just... Oh, wow, it's sent the BMW quite some way off field. Oh, dear. The recipient of that, the 69 car, did clout the ball quite hard as a result. So that's a shame. But, like I say, plenty of time to hopefully recover some lost ground. We'll see how that transpires as the race continues. That can be so frustrating, especially so early on. Oops! We just saw just before we cut away there, a bit of a move. Why is that pink light that is on top of that GT4 car we've just gone past? Is that me, or is it just a really odd... Is that some kind of graphical glitch, or is that an odd kind of... I'm not going mad. There is a pink light of some description on the car we've just gone past.
You know, Chris, if I was really cruel, I'd go, I don't know what you're talking about, but yes, I
You evil man. You evil man. But yeah, that just looked really bizarre. Hey-ho, never mind. Back to Class Vesta in the 14th position Audi, number 90 car. So that's the Jaguar just ahead of us. Again, the Jaguar is not a popular choice, it seems. But there's another pink light, but that's actually on the windscreen. Information, Mr. Abrahosa with the fastest lap of the race and his lap. Well, if you have the fastest lap of the race, you generally are lapping quicker than everybody else, right? He's really pressing on, not wanting to let Kieran Verdago get away as we see Class Vesta trying to do something against the Jaguar directly ahead. Oh, that got a little bit dicey. Now that's down into the Crowthorne turn. Well, they're now into the Crowthorne turn. Right behind is... that's Naston that's already behind, so let's have a look. Oh, that's about a second that's closed back up, so that's Van Duke and Abrenhoser now back with one another again. There's Tory already behind. There's a yellow flag somewhere. Oh no, is that the number 8 car that's come to grief? Is that Cas Van Aert? Yeah, it's number 8 McLaren. You can see yellow on the map there, doing the right thing and well, hopefully doing the right thing and staying out of the way. But again, as we saw, if you're having trouble, sometimes it's difficult to stay out of other people's way. Is that number 44 that's come to grief? I think so. On the map, that's Niels Leffeder in the Bentley that's having issues, but it's not affecting Mike Abrenhauser at the moment. So we swing through. Where are we? That's the final turn. I think that's Ingway. If I'm reading the map correctly. No, I'm not at all. That was Clubhouse Bend near the beginning of the lap. So, what happened to the number 8? So, if you well, just what we'll see. So, I don't actually know which one the number 8 is. I'm assuming it's the one on the left-hand one. Oh, there we go. So he clouted the apex pretty hard, and that just pitched him into a spin. He did stay there for a little while, probably not wanting to get into someone's way, trying to recover from that. Number 44 still stationary, so still issues going on for the number 44 Bentley. You can still see it's kind of buried there. Whoa, that's P10 that we're now seeing the argument for. Jitsi Maidimer, who was involved in that big shunt earlier on with the number 69 car. That's the BMW he's having an argument with. That'll be the car he hit, which is the number 69. Look at that, Abrenosa now in the slipstream of Van Duke, heading towards, where are they? They are heading to the final, first turn, beg your pardon, that's down at Crowthorne. So now Abrenhoser piling the pressure on. Kieran Verdago still building a bit of a lead further up front whilst these two are having an argument, but Abrenhoser pushing on. Well, that's someone's dust already ahead, as we now have now the GT4s were being lapped way earlier than either of us Chris's thought they would be, as the leaders are now coming past. Oh, again, never mind about the GT4s, as my Dima is still trying to find his way past De Swart. So that's Danny De Swart in the BMW and Yeti Maidima. Look at this! Ah, now that's a Tory that's caught the back of Abernhauser as he's trying to work his way through the GT4s. The number 321 Fabrizio Tory in the Aston has caught the back of Abernhauser. So three-way fight. So the three-way fight's basically resumed. It's just now got a hell of a lot of GT4s in the mixture. But yeah, we both lost the bet on how long the GT4s would last before they got lapped, Mr. Hill.
Well, technically I was closest.
Yeah, yeah. Imaginary tenner to you, sir.
So next time we have one of these bets, I'm just going to go with lap 1. But yeah, so these three are in a close battle. They're two teammates, car 333 and 321, as I mentioned before, and that's my only bit of knowledge for the night. So
thanks for joining in, Chris.
No problem.
But this must be very nervy for the GT4s in particular, because they're just being absolutely mobbed by the GT3s, which, as the slower class, and I've been in the slower class of the multi-class race, you know at some point it's going to happen. When there's so many of them, I always used to get very, very nervous. Oh, is that a change? That's Abernhauser being challenged by Fabrizio Tory, so the two teammates swapping round. Now, whether that was planned for Abernhauser to leave the position, or whether that was opportunistic from Tory, I'm not entirely certain. It's quite difficult to see in the dark. But that was, they've swapped round. Now the 321 Aston is going to go into third. Can he capitalise on it and chase off after Ballandu? We will see. Oh, this is battle for P10 again. It's Maidima and De Swart who have now swapped round, and this is probably how they did it. So the McLaren has been absolutely hustling the BMW. So side by side, so they're coming up to the sunset curve on the outside with the McLaren. Oh, that's confident. Good man. Oh, even off the road to try and get it done, but maintained his composure, I'll give him that. And then just maintain that inside line. Nicely done through Clubhouse Bend, and 10th position finally in the hands of the 136 McLaren without having to force his opponent off the road. I mean, no disrespect, but that is, of course, what happened last time. There was impact between the two, but it was clearly a mistake as opposed to any kind of malice. Because I'm not insinuating anything of the sort. As we look at, wow, look at where on earth is Abernhauser gone? He's still there, but he's suddenly. 2.2 seconds or so behind his teammate. What on earth's happened there?
I'm guessing the car in front went faster.
That's a great observation. Well done.
No problem. So
it's going to be one of those nights. Fantastic.
So in chat, Aaron Van Drunen is explaining that he had 50-second damage because of the bump with Yitzi Medima. He's the teammate of Danny De Swart, but they are keep fighting, so we wish them luck.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep the chat coming, guys.
Yeah, completely. I've got enough windows going on. I'm a simple man. I can't look at too many things at the same time. Oh, as the Jaguar's gone a little bit too deep. That's De Jong. He's gone a little bit too deep into. That was the barbecue corner. That still makes me chuckle. Oh, we're trying to see a repeat of what was. Oh no! Impact between Vesta and the McLaren of Simmer.
Very well held.
Absolutely great catch. Sign that man up to the cricket team. That's very well held indeed. Ooh, that got a bit risky, but no major harm done. What a great scraps going on here. Oh, and that's Simmers, I think, in the 236 McLaren behind the car currently focused on the number 90, getting very, very quickly. And then you have the 737 Aston Martin. That is Sebastian Slapek trying to do something about it. Oh, that's the number 15 car. Was that someone trying to stay out of the way? I think it was. I think that's the GT4 McLaren that's just trying to mind its own business of Patrick Kriegel. have a look at the lead GT4. That is Nick Vargas in the treble one. So there you can see the tower have been adjusted to show what the gaps are respective of the GT4 category. So I think it's fair to say that it's looking pretty comfortable for the treble one. Vargas there is 6-something seconds ahead of Hootsman in the number 88. That is Mikhail Hootsman in the BMW. So it was a Porsche stronghold in the front of the GT4 category at the beginning of the race. That very much has completely changed because the Porsches are now really spread out through the field. So we cut back to the number 90 car, Class Vesta, Team Rocket, the Wingmeisters. Well, I hope that serves you well for round 2, because that's when we head to the Nürburgring. There is Sebastian Slapek for Context Racing. What context they're looking for, who knows? Maybe they'll be able to tell us that one. As he is hustling the 236 McLaren of Ben Simmers. Right in front of them is, well, there's Vesta again. Still being absolutely mullered. Lots of people around him. The one directly ahead of him is the one position. The one behind is, I think that's that's the treble 3. So that's actually Abernhoser trying to. Well, that's where he's losing so much time. Oh no, that is Mike Abernhoser. I beg your pardon. That's the treble 3. So he's come to grief, and there's another car facing the wrong way. There's 3 cars that have been involved there. What on earth has happened there? So Abernhoser's brought his car straight into the pits, so there was clearly an impact of some description. Whoops, and there was another one there as Klaus Wester nearly tangled up with someone! Oh my goodness me. I think is that the 3-2? No, it can't be the 3-2 car. That's, that's the 87 car that's just gone through. That's De Jong, so that is for position. That we just saw there between Vesta and the Jaguar. Oh no, Mike Abernhauser. Hopefully we'll be able to catch up with what happened there. Where is Klaus Vesta going? I thought he was going for a bit of a wander there, but let's have a look. Let's see what happened. This is the treble 3, isn't it? Yeah. So. Oh! He just the 40. It's the 44 now. I think that's been sat there for a while because I saw that'd been on the. That's had trouble all night. That 44 Bentley. That's Niels Lieferberg. That's again hopefully pronouncing that correctly, but that's been having trouble all night. That particular car, and just unsighted. Abernhauser just slams into the side of it. That's going to be a lot of damage, a lot of pit work going on. But look at this lot now. I think these are all, looking at the map, these are all GT3s, not all on the same. Oh no, there's a GT4 Porsche in the middle of that. Oh, lots of flashing of the lights. Is that was the GT4 Porsche flashing his lights? Well, you're being lapped, sir. Well, I'm not quite sure what you expected. Oh no, someone just cannoned off the road. Who on earth was that that's exiting stage left? Oh yeah, I wonder if that was, whether that was actually lagged. It didn't actually happen, but it just looked like someone was deciding to go for the car park. Oh, that's someone off. We just saw the background of the shot there. Did they save it or did they not? Oh, on board with Abernhoser when he was in 4th. Let's see how oh no, his day getting even worse after the initial impact. So now right-hander. And there it is, and the 44 was rolling forwards. So that's what caught Abernhoser out. And look at, and then he's going to get another punch in the face, and there it is. Trying to get into the pit lane, which was right on the left-hand side. That's wonderful English, isn't it? It was there on the left-hand side. No comment, Mr. Hill, or you, Mr. Proudly. I know the stream can't hear you, but I can. Oops, and we just see Klaus Vester's tail get very waggly. Sometimes stream is a good idea. You can't hear what the production team say in the background, but it makes so sometimes we go quiet or sometimes we chuckle. You know that we're being told something, and not always something we can repeat. But never mind. Moving on. As we look at
coming out loud. Is my laughing coming out loud? I'm sorry.
No, yours wasn't. But please do. I'm giggling away at various things going on. So feel free to join in. Oh, there's again, that's the Aston and the Jaguar nearly getting side by side. Oh my goodness me! Don't push the GT4s off. That's rather rude. Not. Oh my goodness me! Who got car number 11? That was the number. That was Basman Ellis. Had just been shoved very unceremoniously out of the way. That is not how the GT3s are supposed to deal with the GT4s. As a fact.
Yeah, you are quite correct there, Mr. Proudley. I don't know if the stream heard you because you just got
no, the stream can't hear
that.
So yeah, the Basman Melis is our GT4 AM champion. He's just been very unceremoniously punted from the circuit. Dethroned, yes. Oh dear. Look at this pack here. So we're half an hour into the race and still got this big pack. Oh, that's that 212 that's now in trouble. Who is that? That is, looking at my notes, is it 212? I don't have a 212 on my list. So this is the departure of the AM champion, car number 11, and there it is. Great attempt to catch it, and he kept it out of the wall. Bravo, sir. That would have woken you up, if nothing else. Struth alive. So Vester's lost a position here. He's going to have to do too. Ah, Ben Simmons. He's jumped up into 12 now. The McLaren is. That's the battle of second. Valendik and now Fabrizio Tori, as he was Abernhauser for a while, and now the Aston Martin, well, the other Aston Martin actually, the 333 was in this position. Now it's the 321. At least Fabrizio Tori actually managed to get out there and get on with it, rather than we've seen it before where the teammates swap round, and the one that's assumed the lead of the two teammates hasn't been able to capitalise. As Fabrizio Tori is getting on with the job, or trying to at least. He's piling the pressure on. Oh, that's a cheeky look on the inside line coming into sunset. That was never really going to come to anything. You need to commit earlier to that if you're going to try and make it work. Now into the final turn. Fair shout. Any of the drivers that are in the stream at the moment want to come and have a chat to us, we would happily have a chat to you on how your race is going so far and where you realistically think your chances lie. By all means, come and have a chat to us. We'll gladly have you on board. Just keep it clean, please. That's the only thing we would ask.
It's dangerous, to be honest with you, if Aaron comes and joins us, because normally on a Friday night he's quite drunk.
Oh, that's someone off the road. That's someone's rejoining the track there just as we've come past. I'm sorry to cut you off there, Chris, but I couldn't see who that was. That 907? Is that car 907 that is having issues? If it was, that's fourth place, Giorgio Raimondi, that has gone off the road. I think he was. I think it was the fourth place Audi that was rejoining the circuit. Oh dear.
Sure, our professional broadcaster will be able to pull the replay up very shortly for us, so we can identify the car in the dark.
No, no pressure there. It was not fourth place, so I had that one incorrect. I had that one slightly wrong, but that's not stopping from Fabrizio Tori. I keep seeing Tori and I keep thinking of Frankie Dettori. Not only the wrong nationality, but also the wrong sport. Never mind.
Oh, they are all jockeys in a way.
True. True. Different type of stallion that they're riding in, I suppose.
I suppose you could say they're all thoroughbreds.
Yeah. Please do get into. I did warn you before the stream that you would have trouble getting a word in edgeways, but if you're happy to let me continue to waffle, then waffle I shall.
You carry on waffling. I like a good waffle.
Still, the fastest lap of the race is actually Abernhauser, so that hasn't changed hands as the race has continued. Maybe after pit stops we'll see that begin to shuffle a little bit, as we see there at the bottom of the shot. I missed actually who it was. 46, I think. Who would that be? It's a McLaren. Where are you, Car 46? Well spotted, Mr. Proudly. That is indeed Josh Schneider. 31st place car that these two are catching up to. So Yosh should be getting out of the way. No, he's not quite in that position yet. He's not being hustled for position just yet. Brian Monty is closing in on these two warring cars as well. And just notice that gap, third to fourth, he's slowly shrinking. But these two now coming up to a bit of traffic. There is Moritz Wagner. I think that's Wagner, how it's pronounced, the number 60 Porsche. We did see these bright blue coloured cars earlier in the race. That's 24th for Moritz. Come back to now this is getting busy. This is the battle for second. That's right in amongst some squabbling back markers. Very well navigated, and no change of position gone on there. But that was very well done. Oh, that's someone rejoining rather well. They did it fairly well, in fairness. Whether they made a mistake or jumping out of the way, or a bit of column A, bit of column B, maybe. You don't need to go that far out of the way to avoid oncoming cars. But it's effective nonetheless. Quiet day for Kieran Vidago up front. He's just built himself, what has he got now? 5.7 seconds of a lead, and that's probably the last we'll see of that car. And when Dean Riley gets in it, he's probably going to get even further down the road. Kieran Vidago and Dean Riley have crossed swords many times in GT machinery. But they're sharing this one, sharing the number 71 BMW this time. Continue to see the battle for second raging on. Oh, we've got a replay here. So this was the car that we were trying to identify that was off. It's car number 23, so I had that completely wrong. Eustace. Okay.
That was peculiar, wasn't it?
Yeah. There was possibly a bit too much right foot going on there, but then did the right thing and just got out of the way. Rejoined in a better way, because when you have someone's headlights staring at you, it's a bit of a scary moment. It's not ideal. Through barbecue. Why, of all things you can name a circuit? I don't know. But still, Tory on the back of the 43 McLaren for second position. Might just be opting to stay there for now. Not push too hard. We will see. He hasn't got his the sister car, the 333, for support at the moment. I would imagine that Abernhoser has pitted somewhat out of sequence. I would have expected them to have to pit. Now, there's no mandatory stops as far as the rules are concerned, but you won't get to the end. Oh, that's deep for Fabrizio Tory. The point I was making is they don't have to come into the pits by the rules, but the fuel tank won't last long enough. If I've got that correct, although they will be.
Technically, they do have to come in because they do have to do the driver swap.
They have to do a driver swap, yeah, but it's not a server-enforced rule. Basically, it's a rule that the SSRI have. Oh, Mr. Tory, that's not gone well for you. Now stuck behind is that the GT4 leader? No, that's Patrick Vamst in the 777 Porsche. Oh, there's the pink aerial I was talking about. It was almost like a Mohican. It's brightly shining in the night. It's the 25th overall, the third or fourth GT4. We're looking at that. That's Danny Schwartz. So that's the battle for P10. He is currently fighting with Sims. So, no, that's Mark Pimlott. Oh, where's battle for P9? There's a Mark Pimlott. I hadn't spotted him in the McLaren number 84 McLaren. I'm not sure who that is right behind them. That isn't next to lovely onboard shot here from the number 69 car of Danny de Swart. So is that battle for 8th? Someone must have either got in the pits or disappeared somewhere. Oh no, never mind. The position marker now sorting itself out. It is a battle for 9. So that's Mark Pimlott in the 84 McLaren already ahead. Being hustled by, he's coming past. So that's a lap being put on Daniel. Is that that's car number 33, I think. It's just gone past. That will be, that's Tim Kroll in the Lexus then, if that was car number 33. It's just gone past. Now a back marker can unlap themselves from someone if they don't hinder the car they unlap themselves from. Oh, Class Vesta, number 90. Side by side going on there. Didn't see who there was a side by side with. That was Benjamin Simmers that he was having an argument with, and still having an argument with. That's the 236 McLaren alongside. Great effort there. Several corners side by side going on. Out with some GT4 machinery right ahead. Oh, very nice from Class Vesta, boxing in Ben Simmers there. It was a case of either back out or unceremoniously nudging a McLaren. Oh no, they've come together. Oh, whilst trying to navigate the McLaren, almost try and push through the McLaren, it was looking like. Sadly, Vestas and Simmers have tangled up and ended up into the wall together. Oh dear, oh dear. Another pit stop required for some repairs going on. I love the fact the blue flags are going. The blue flag marshal's going to be pretty busy this one.
Arms up a tired.
Just a bit. There's Sebastian Slapek now into 12th position in the Aston Martin, with those two warring GT4s directly ahead of him. He's made his way through the GT4 machinery. So let's look at that incident again. So we're on board. So we're on board with Vestas. So he's got, I think he gets past one of, I think that's the Porsche he gets past. Does he just expect, I think he just expects the McLaren to be a bit quicker. Oh! He got hit from behind, right. So that's what we didn't realise watching that one. So he was helped into a spin. My apologies. There is Class Vesta. He's carrying on. De Jong has come into the pits. The Jaguar has come in.
Carrying a bit of damage though in the front end of that car.
It's redesigned, isn't it?
Certainly.
A bit of a shame there, but he's carrying on nonetheless. I'm guessing we're getting to... the fuel tanks on these cars will last quite a while, I thought. So this is the back shot from Vestas. Okay, so when Vestas hit the apex there, he lost a bit of momentum, which caused the side-by-side, and sadly, momentum then carried them into the wall. It's car number 46, as caused... That's Josh Schneider. We were looking at him earlier in the McLaren. He's caused the yellow to come out by Barbecue. Trouble then for him. So this is Slapek, Sebastian Slapek for Context Racing, the 737 car, currently in 12th. We are staring at the nose of, I think it's Shelkins. Yep, that'll be Mick Shelkins in the Porsche. We're looking at just that, number 29 car. That'll be aerial shot. As at the top of that particular shot is Cas Van Aert in the number 8 McLaren. So a three-way fight for 11th position ensues. So we are fast approaching the first hour of the race done. And Vestas has brought his car in. Now that is going to be in there for a bit longer than they would have liked, I would have thought. Do you know if there's a particular strategy or a common strategy people are following in this race, Chris? Or just people figuring it out as they go?
I think they'll figure it out as they go along. There's certainly, as I mentioned before, they need to make a driver swap anyway, so I think it's a bit too early to make a swap. I think Class has had that damage caused to him. Had no choice but to stop and repair the damage. If the car's undrivable, you lose more time by carrying on trying to drive it than you would by taking the pit stop and the sacrifices that brings with it.
Absolutely. If you're just losing time because of damage, you're a danger essentially to everyone around you. So no point battling on in those circumstances. Absolutely fair enough. As we look at, he's now in 13th. Here's a Slapek, so he's lost a spot somewhere. You can see. There's the McLaren. He's still fighting with. That's Van Aert. Imagine that position mark is going to correct it. So I think he's gained position. after that, not Mosswell. That's probably Vesta's car that he's getting position from. As Vesta has come back out, he's in 20th. Number 90 Aston Martin returning to the track, having been patched up, good old gaffer tape and bit of sticky back plastic. Hit it with a hammer, it'll be all right. Looks like Slapek's going to be challenged by Shellikins very soon. The number 29 Porsche getting very, very close to the tail end of Slapek's Aston Martin. In the dusk, it looks like there's a very similar colour scheme going on. It's almost Golf liveries on the Porsche. Oh, steady. Wondering a bit why the Yuke Skies flying off the road there. Or Aston just kicking up a little bit of dust. Porsche having a look on the inside line. Cannot commit to the move just yet. Oh, there's that number 15. I think it is that's come to grief. Spotted the yellow marker on the map there. So that would be Patrick Kriegel in the McLaren. What was 28th place McLaren, number 15. That is the case. Abrinhauser's gained another position. See in the tower, he's gone ahead of Eustace Tniska. Oh, that's close. Shellikins getting very, very close to the back end of the Aston. The Aston was a little earlier on the brakes than Mick was expecting, or by the line that Mick had to take, I think he missed his own braking point. See in the rear view mirror is, I think that's a back marker that's behind them. Ben Simmons is quite some way behind this particular battle. So this is what it looks like. It's an oddly lonely existence when he's in the dark. Oh! Struth, that's late on the brakes, I think it's fair to say. Oh, that's the number 41. It's getting out of the way. That will be Rene van. Oh, crikey, I'm going to struggle with this one. De Kuysen.
Go on, give it a go. Give it a go.
De Kuysen. Going to go with that. That's as close as I'm going to get.
You know, I've known Rennie a number of years, and I still don't know.
Yeah, would just be informed. Mike Abernathy spent over 90 seconds in the pits repairing from that incident he was involved with. And the average pit stop was, what was it, Steve? 60 seconds. So he lost well over half a minute. It was, and first penalty on the board, 15 seconds for Vesta in the number 90 car. That'll be an imposed penalty. I'm assuming that was for the impact, or was that a track limit penalty, Mr. Proudly? It's a steward's penalty, yeah. So it was, that'll be Klaus Vesta being deemed at fault for that impact. He was in earlier. Yes, in my Dino. We haven't seen you for a little while. 8th position in the number 136 McLaren. Right on the back of Paul Cook still. That's the number 91 BMW. He's staring into the diffuser off. There we go. So that is battle for 7th. Still wages on. They're about 6-ish, 7 seconds ahead of 9th position Danny de Swart. So not, well, there you go, 6.7 seconds at the last time check. Backwards, so he just has to concentrate on the BMW ahead. Wow, did Cook get a great exit there from Barbecue Time, I think. No, Clubhouse Ben. I'll get it right one of these days. Yeah, I'll get the corner names right by the time the checkered flag falls. Oops, they're catching to the back of. I don't know who it is they're gaining on. Be a back marker of some restriction. Abernhausen now, having done pit stop, or his extended pit stop, he's really pushing on now. He's gone straight back up to leader's pace. He's into the 43s, almost back into the 42s. 43.002 last time around. There he is, now up to 16th position. He was in 20th when he came out of the pit. The 333 is gone past Werner van Verloor. That's a lot of V's in that name. Werner van Versolen. Apologies if I'm not getting that quite right. Oh, look at my Dima on the back of Paul Cook, as mentioned previously, lots of traffic around them. Oy, that's very busy. I mean, we do have a very big field. There's 35 cars still running. Although Neil's Leaf... no, I think we have lost the number 44. Because they are quite a number of laps behind. So I think we have lost one from the field, but that's not bad.
I've got some news on what the 15-second time penalty is for.
Go on then.
It's for, funnily enough, it's a 15-second time penalty for car 90, causing collision with car 11, which is Bas van Ellis, if I remember rightly, on lap 14. So that's where we saw Bas being bunted off into the gravel.
Yeah. Well, indeed, the stewards felt that they had. The stewards thought that they had more to do with that one than those around. All the Porsche again, Schelikens trying to get past. Here's Brazil as the Aston goes a little bit too deep. So that's Slapek. He's arguing with him, bounces over the apex to try and get some, trying to get some momentum from the Aston Martin. Can he do it this time? Right with somebody trying to get past them right behind. Again, it's too dark. I can't see who that is behind, but the Porsche has now managed to get past the Aston. It's taken a while, but Schelikens is now up into 12th position. And the number 29 car, very nicely done indeed. And wow, he's already got himself a bit of breathing space right behind. It looks like Slapek's going to be hassled again. That's not for position behind the Aston Martin. That is someone on a different lap. There is Fabrizio Tori. Now he's in 4th, so he's lost 3rd. That's Giorgio Raimondi. So the last time we saw Tori, he was on the back of Valenduc for 2nd. Now the 907 Audi has claimed that podium position for themselves. Yeah, last time around, Tori lost about 3 seconds. So a distinct mistake there for the 321 car. Has proven very, very costly. And they're just going out of the shot. I thought that was Valenduc then, but no, that's not at all, because Valenduc's some 10 seconds down the road. So no, that wasn't him at all. There is he's lost his quarry because Raimondi has come into the pits. So is that a driver change for the 907? We'll see. Tori back him into 3rd, but a long, long way back from Valenduc, who's closing in pretty rapidly on Kieran Vidago. Is Kieran in trouble or is he in traffic? I suspect he's in traffic. Because that lead is now down to 3.6 seconds. It was kind of 7.5, 8 seconds, not that long. So Kieran Vidago is it could potentially be challenged for the lead at this point. A bit of a move going on at the bottom of that camera shot. I'm keeping an eye as how quickly Raimondi comes back out on circuit. And there's that 15-second time penalty we get to for Vesta, the number 90 car. Here comes Tori. I think that is that the Chevrolet that's just gone past. Can't see the number. So
I'm gonna go with yes, but I wasn't watching.
keeping an eye on the chat and the penalties. Absolutely fine. No problem there at all. It was a GT4, and we do have Chevrolet in the field. We did have. Oh, there he is. If it is a Chevrolet, it's car number 41. He's just gone past. This is Rene van Dijkhuizen, who's the name I couldn't pronounce. There is our race leader, Kieran Vidago.
I forgot he was in the race.
It's been a while since we've looked at him, in fairness.
It is, but that lap time, sorry, not lap time, that time's come down to Kieran, hasn't it, from Yannick? It's down under 4 seconds.
I did mention that about a lap ago, but never mind.
Yeah. Where was I?
Good question. You were concentrating on your own duties. Absolutely fine. Yeah, so although Kieran does seem to be back up to pace again, so I think that's just traffic that has been catching our race leader out. Lead has definitely diminished. The lap times between Kieran Vidago and Yannick Valenduc was only 0.02 of a second apart in the BMW's favour. So very similar lap time being set. Wow, Abernhuser was the fastest car by quite some distance last time around. So the number 333 is pressing on very, very hard. He's closing in as best he can on Lucia van der Weert. Again, I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that correctly, in the number 73 car. Werner van Verloosen has just lost a spot. He's made a mistake somewhere in the 21 Bentley. And Tim Kroll has gone through into 17th place. Confirmation. Yeah, confirmation that Dorogo has lost time in traffic only. There's Klaas Vester. With that time penalty hanging over him on the back now of, that is John Beaton in the Jaguar. Jaguar has changed hands. 87 car was, I believe he was the one who qualified it. I think it's the name I saw him qualifying. It was getting very busy. But some pit stops now having been served, not all. Quite a number of them have been dealt with. Oh, that's Cas van Aert that's working his way through traffic. Still in the pursuit of Mark Pimmock for what is now 10th position they're arguing over. They've got some distance between himself and Schellekens behind. About 2.5 seconds or so. And quite a way down the road is 9th position Marco Veronesi. A little bit of a troubled lap last time around in the 907 Audi. He's pressing on nonetheless. Wow, has Kieran Vidago rediscovered his pace all right. 142.6 on the board last time around, giving himself a good half a second to his pursuer. Side by side going on for P10, as I mentioned that one, Pimlott and Van Aert. Who's going to win over that one? Still Mark Pimlott remains just about in the lead. The two McLarens having a great scrap to try and break into that top 10, or Van Aert trying to break into the top 10, I should say. Of course, that is going to cost them times, and Schellekens isn't hanging around. Schellekens was quite a bit quicker than the pair of them. There is his Porsche in the background. Lap times for these guys, let's have a look. 46.4, 46.1, and Schellekens a 44.5. Wow, 1.5 seconds quicker. So he's really at that. Wow, it's Abernhoser. Abernhoser now with the penalties. I'm interrupting my own thought process there, and there it is. Car number treble 3 causing a collision with the treble 1 on lap 12. That was a while ago, admittedly, but the penalty now has been investigated. Well, the incident has been investigated, and the penalty now to be applied to Mike Abernhoser, the treble 3 car, seeing the eye of the stewards. Oh dear. So the treble 1, that was, well, it's now in the hands of that Porsche, now in the hands of Sander Vale. Again, hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. That's the GT4 Porsche, but rather ceremoniously bundled off the road. So that's the way it works sometimes. That's the way it goes. The stewards will apply a penalty to whoever is at fault. Oh, side by side again. Van Aert trying to work his well, trying to get side by side. Well, he's side by side with the McLaren, then the Porsche right behind. Schellekens trying to do something about it. Pimlott has lost that position. Can he do anything about it? No, he's trying to get some momentum on his pursuer, and then Schellekens is really there, waiting for it all to go wrong and to capitalise on it as well. Fantastic scrap for 10th position now, 3 cars in depth. Schellekens has been absolutely flying in this stage of the race. Can we get an on board with the number 29, please, Mr. Proudly? It would be Schellekens. There we go. So now on board with the number 20 inside Manpack Porsche. We'll see firsthand what the battle looks like, as he's already having a look on the inside line. That's a back marker, I think, that's in the midst. Was that one of the McLarens? Can't quite tell. I cannot see the number on that one. Oh, it is one of the McLarens. So that's Schellekens then. He's gained 11. That's Mark Pimlott he's just got past. So he's now in the middle of the McLaren fight, and he's already targeting Van Aert. So there we go, the Porsche now dividing the two McLarens. The tower now reading correct. My word! Oh! That's a GT4. He's just bundled out of the way, and Pimlott getting a little bit squiggly in, well, partly in avoidance. That was way too ambitious for the Porsche, I think. Sadly, the GT4 car didn't see who that was quite, as suffered as a result. Zaberhauser has gained another position. He's gone past Wouter van der Veer in another penalty coming up. Incident noted between, well, that's the treble one. We don't have a car series, I'm not sure who that's aimed at. Oh, it's an incident with treble one, I beg your pardon. So that's the Sander Vale Porsche, now piloted by. Oh, another penalty on the board. That's 69.136. Ah, that's earlier on, so that's on lap 5. So again, there are times when you just can't investigate all the issues at once. The stewarding team doing a great job of getting through them as best they can. Official warning for, oh dear, ignoring yellow flags. So a warning, that's not a penalty yet, but you can't be ignoring yellow flags.
111 seems to be grabbing a lot of penalties here.
he's trying to collect them all.
Are the steward's keyboard stuck on every time? Every number they press is just one.
Yeah, sticky keys going on. They were actually trying to unstick the number 1 key. And the penalty system's going, oh, must be penalty, must be penalty, must be penalty. Moving on. You see, so that's Mark Pinmont's McLaren we're now looking at. He's trying to gain some momentum back on the Porsche, but that's a great effort then from Schellekens in the number 29. Oh, BMW behind him trying to do something or get past the McLaren. That's not for position. That's someone getting out of the way. That was a McLaren I saw. Just doing the right thing, getting off the racing line and bleeding out of the throttle. Nicely done. That blue flag's still going. It's been going all race, I think. Oh, is that the... Again, I'm struggling to identify who that is, but that's Mark Pinmont allowing his pursuer through. He's one of the leaders. I just can't identify who, I'm afraid. See position number on the car. Oh, it's the number 90. It's just gone through. That's Vesta. That's Klaas Vesta. That's actually, he's a lap down. Now, as I said earlier, a lapped car may unlap itself if it doesn't hold up the car it's unlapped itself from. Bearing in mind that he's been through the pits for an extended period of time, so he would have probably had some damage repair done and is trying to regain lost time, but Mark Pinmont's like, well, no, you're a lap behind me, get out of it, shoot. Denied, sir.
Or any other type of footwear.
You know, I will never be able to use that phrase in the same vein ever again now I just said that. Bravo, sir. And look at the time that's cost Pinmont as well. Oh, goodness me. These two are still having a good... They're a lap apart. Pinmont is 12th and Vesta is 20th. So that's the position difference between the two. And they're having a good old scrap, like it's for the like it's the dying moments of the race, and they're going for the lead. I mean, it's great to see.
Klaas has got past him now. Klaas has got past now, so he needs to pull away to prove that he was right. Yeah.
And that's
Pinmont is at risk of losing another spot here.
Oh no! See, didn't know Slapek was there and tried to turn in, and there was a wild Aspen. Another penalty. Oh, the penalty machine's going to break soon, and that is for car number 136. That's my Dima, causing a collision with car number 69 on lap 5.
That was the rear ender, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah, Danny's one. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So Danny's in 8th, and my Dima is in 7th at the moment. So 15 seconds added to the time of the 136 car.
That satisfies. You don't look too flashy lights on the roof of cars now, Chris.
I say nothing.
So it's Mercedes, isn't it? That clearly are got nice.
They look like look like Mohicans. Yeah. Okay. Karen Vidago coming past Pinmont, I think it is. You can just see a bit of the livery of the Simsport livery of the 71 car. It's our race leader that's just absolutely shot past Mark Pimlott there. Kieran Vidago is ungodly quick in anything he's put in. Oh, trouble. Oh, that's 43. That's Valenduke. Oh, who's he spun? Is there three? There's 3 cars involved in that. I think. Again, a bit difficult to tell, but I think there's 3 cars involved in that incident.
43, car 46 by the looks of it. So car 43 would have been lapping car 46 because 46 was quite. I think
that's Josh Schneider.
Yeah.
So the 24th place McLaren has tangled with the 2nd place McLaren of 43 Valenduke. Oh no. Yeah, and 46 is still there. So Schneider hasn't moved, or is now moving from that particular incident. So that's cost a huge amount of time for Valenduke. We don't know what damage is on the 43 car, but that's now Fabrizio Tori up into 2nd position. Here's a replay of it. What's happened here? The yellow McLaren is the 46, I believe.
It is.
Oh, no. No, won't be a lot of damage. Actually, there's not really going to be any damage on either of them. Well, it's just as I say that, I go and commentate to curse myself. That was a bit... I think Valenduke could have gotten out of the way a bit earlier than that. Easy for me to say.
Lots of cars coming and it's difficult to regain your position once you happen.
Ooh, Pimlott side by side there. With that's I think that's Slapek that's gone past him. There's a Jaguar there as well. Well, it can only be the 87 car. Well, that's given Kieran Vidago a bit of breathing space he didn't particularly need, but he's claimed it anyway. 19 seconds up front, following the 2nd place change. Fabrizio Tori now in very much no man's land as far as on-track position is concerned. He's some 12 seconds or more ahead of Valenduke. But, crikey. Oh, here we go. Penalty again. We haven't seen one of these in a while. Car number 90 this time has got a penalty for causing a collision.
That's Wester again? Sorry.
It is.
Wester again, so he's up to 20 seconds of penalty. He's doing well tonight. He's racking them up.
It's Pokemon. He's got to get them all. Just Swart has come in. So that is from... well, we're currently in 8th position. So Danny Swart in the 69 car is in the pits. Would imagine if we are very close to the halfway stage, that's a planned pit stop going on there. We've been there for a minimum of a minute as we see Jitsi Maidima on the back of Paul Cook, where he's been for quite a while. BMW versus McLaren, Germany versus Britain. I know I am not opening that can of worms, no matter how much you prompt me to. So McLaren is been there for a while. See some more sparks jumper. Oh, my Deemer has got a penalty. Oh, you must have done that a while ago. Beg your pardon.
No, that was the penalty earlier on. Pitching on that time.
So this is car 23. What did he do? That was really clumsy. Very, very clumsy. And it goes horribly, horribly wrong for the 23 car. But
please tell me he didn't reverse on the track.
That's Tiska. That's Justus Tiska in the 23 McLaren. That was senseless. There was really no need to wander across like that and bounce off of what I think was the bend. In the pits and 3 laps down is the consequence of that action, unfortunately, for the number 23 car. Oh well. Well, Kieran Vidago's lost some time on that lap. 45.3 his last lap around. His closest pursuer, Fabrizio Tori, 42.8 last time around. So he lost a little bit of time, but about 3 seconds, which is quite a bit of time, I grant you. But he's got plenty in hand. There's a lot of traffic. You just look at the map, how condensed the field is as far as kind of open space is concerned. You don't have masses of empty track, which is great for us, but does provide a big challenge for our competitors as we now look at Maidima, who is in 6th position. There's a closer look at the map, and great timing as we see a big yellow dot for number 60, which is... Who is car 6? Oh, Wagner. Where are you?
They're in 22nd, my friend.
Thank you, sir. Yep, there he is.
21st.
Well, he's got past someone in the pits, I would assume. The two, well, several people in the pits, yeah. Van Velossen is one of them, and Ben Simmers is in the 236 McLaren. Very strong position. Was up to 12th, I think. So he's in the pits then. We'll see if that changes hands. Still no sign of the pit lane for our lead guys. There's my team has gotten into 6th position ahead of Paul Cook, but still is struggling to fend off the advances of the BMW. Paul Cook's not giving up on that one at all. Karen's got some of the legs on the Beamer. The exit of that final turn of Ingwe. Oh, we've got... Let's see what happened to Wagner then. Into the final turn. And Bosch. There we go.
Is that one of the Team Abbey's cars that hit him?
It was fairly brutish, whoever it was. Rather ignore the existence of the car ahead of him. But either way. Penalty. Why not? Let's have one of those. Incident noted between 87 and 90. Now that's Vesta again. Now that, I wonder if that was what prompted his additional penalty. I'm hoping it's not a third penalty coming. Schneider, 46 car. We saw him involved with the 43 earlier on as he tangled with Van Dijk. A lot of traffic there. The Mohican emblazoned cars. Oh, both of them Mohican. One of them's pink, one of them's red, as far as the Mohicans are concerned.
And there's a drive-through penalty for car 23, which is the car that we saw trying to reverse onto the track before.
That's just changed hands.
It has.
That's just changed hands as well. Car 23. Oh, track limits or speeding in the pit lane. Now, I would imagine it's probably the latter because they've only just come out of the pits, which is, I'm afraid, Abella, the 23 McLaren. Oh dear. It's going to make their day a little bit more difficult as we continue to look at Josh Schneider, the 46 car. Oh, there's Carlo Denise. That's one of the Mohican emblazoned Mercs. You love it, says Steve Brownlee. Well, I guess I do keep making a point of it, so... I'm not dignifying the last comment from Mr. Brownlee with a response on stream. So, change topic quickly. Right, so that's for third in the GT4s.
You could look at it as if the bumper cars or Dodgems.
It's the aero.
The aero. Yeah.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. We now know how the GT4s are powered, or these GT4s are powered. Goodness me. So, that's for second in the GT4s. So, halfway through the race now, only separated by. They're only separated by a second or so. That's the leader of the GT4, Hootman, and the tower rearranged to show the GT4 class. So the lead portion now down into 4th position. Now in the hands of, where's the 11? Oh no, that's Bas van Mellis. He's been in that car a while. Hootman still leading the way. 12 seconds his lead over the GT4s. There's my Demon again. He's back behind the BMW, so Paul Cook has gotten ahead of it. He could well be helped by the GT4 machinery, or almost certainly has been. himself carrying that penalty as we saw earlier on. Oh. It's getting very, very close there. Press on they will. Oh, that's getting a bit close. That's been close all race long, fairness. Comparative phase. Let's have a quick look at where we are with our top three of the two classes. Kieran Vidago in the 71 car has been leading from the go, from the off, 18 seconds or just shy of at the moment, ahead of the 321 Aston Martin Fabrizio Torri. That second place was held by Yannick Valenduc in the 43 McLaren. Took a spin. With the 46 car, saw the McLaren drop through the field, certainly drop in time. See Medema go ahead of Paul Cook. Paul Cook's in the pits then. So the number 91 BMW in to serve its pit stop on the half-hour mark. Now at 13 minutes at the top, which you can see. Tim Kroll has had an argument with one of the GT4 Porsches. Oh, trying to squeeze around the outside. Oh, the Porsche, well, it looked like from that angle, the Porsche just understeered into the tail end of the 33 car, into Kroll. Oh dear. That won't please him. Schellekens is in as well, the 29 Porsche has come in. Another pit stop served. Will be soon. Oh, Medema having to take some avoiding action there. That's one of the GT4 McLarens. Getting it slightly wrong. Oh, and nearly slammed into the back of our GT4 leader. That's Hoopman, I believe. Mikhail Hoopman, again, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Oh, from that angle, it looked like the McLaren was going to take the nose of the BMW off. Very close. I'm a bit of a sucker for that Castrol livery, although I do expect it on a Toyota, but even still, that's a good looking car. A stop-go penalty for car number 91.
I was just about to mention that, but you spotted it before I could get a word of interest.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you knew that was going wrong as soon as he committed to the turn. So that was, who are we looking at on this one, Steve? Oh, that's car 236. Stein Passport. Yes, I last saw him in a Jaguar as well. When I had you. That didn't go well for the Jaguar.
What you can't hear, guys, on stream is that Steve Prowley's picking on me. Because he's whispering in my ear that you want to avoid that sausage curb at the penultimate corner. Because I rather heavily brushed it on Tuesday night and hit the wall, so thanks Steve, I've got it out of my mind, brought it back, with tears out.
Last one did it again. He's only just got in the car and he's already struggling with it. Is it the Jaguar he's in? No, that's John Brenton.
No, he's in the McLaren.
Oh dear, oh dear. So number 91 looks like it's coming back in. Now that's just changed hands, isn't it? Yeah, it's now
serving the stock roll. He's serving the stock roll.
Yeah, so he's just got in the car and then he's going to have to bring it straight back in to serve the stock. Penalty for, or incident noted between 73 and 33. So that, 33 is Tim Kroll and 33 is Wouter van der Weert. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but that's 13th and 14th. No, it isn't. That's 16th and 17th. Nelson Brenoza. The 351 car has swapped hands. So The second driver taking over the Aston Martin. There's his brother, 11th, and he's made his way back up to 11th place, still the holder of the fastest lap.
Yeah, they're not brothers. They're
I beg your pardon.
Nephew.
Uncle and nephew. That was a pure assumption.
A very good assumption, though. You could have gone with father and son.
True. Yeah, true enough, Mr. Brownlee. Of course,
Don't repeat that one.
Brothers. So number 221 as we're looking at, that is VT Reinen. Out to 4th position in the BMW. Downforce Esports. Actually reminds me of the Simsport colours. Although it's very hard to see, everything kind of looks black and white. It's white and red, as you can see on the back of the car there. Lots of people in the pits now. Van Duke is in. Briefly back up into second. Is likely to lose that back to the 321 car again. As the sole Ferrari, I believe it's the sole Ferrari, the 267 car. That is Andrea Gertzi, the 737, the Slapek, and the 84 of Pimlott, all in, along with the number 90 of Klaus Vesta. There is the 221, just mentioned. 15-second time penalty for number 33 for causing a collision with 73. These are the two we were just talking about. A sprinkling of penalties here and there, but it's to be expected in endurance racing. There are going to be times when the drivers don't get every single lap right. In fairness, the leader is on lap 44. And whilst Kyalami is not necessarily the longest track in the world, it's still, it's quite an endeavour to be going for this length of time. I can't manage it. About 45 minutes is about my limit, and then I'm slumped over the wheel. First, third, sixth, and seventh. Well, sixth and seventh have just come in, as we mentioned them. 221 and Van Aert. So 221 has just changed hands. That's now a Joel Wood. Is Van Aert going to hand that one over? So first and third, that's Vidago and Medema. Yet to see the pit lane stop go penalty for car number 84. Stay Hilton has literally just taken that one over, and that's probably going to be a speeding in the pit lane penalty. So a stop go penalty for you. James Mead, that's a name I recognise. Number 29 in the Porsche. Oh, that's someone getting that turn slightly wrong. That's James Mead, I think. Oh no, James Mead's the Porsche we're looking at. Who's he chasing? That's Kroll. He's having an argument with Tim Kroll in the 33 car directly ahead. Yes, that's the 33 Lexus he's chasing. Oh, that's someone going. No, someone coming out of the pit lane to the top of the shot. Oh dear! I was just thinking that was getting a bit close, but and finally, Kieran Vidago has brought his car in, so slightly over halfway. It was an hour for Dean Riley to navigate. I was going to say charge off into the distance, but even with this much traffic, you can't just rely on raw pace. You have got to pay attention and keep it going the right way. But the amount of mistakes we've seen from those that just been distracted at the wrong time and what have you, it could happen to absolutely anybody. Most, if not all, of the pit stops are done now. So 3 cars are no longer with us. Oh, we've lost the 104 Ferrari. That wasn't on in the pit. That one seems to have disappeared. The number 16 car was gone quite some time ago. Tobias Rugalis, and car number 84. First 9 lap post pit stop. What's he done? Oh, that looks a bit. Yeah, you saw the car going really, really fidgety. I think that was on the way down to turn 1. But Yeah, pushed a bit too hard. Dean Riley then hasn't lost the lead even at the pit stop. Looking about 30 seconds or so. As car number 73 is facing the wrong way, or that is Jouke Verwert in the Aston Martin, 17th position. Has not started his stint particularly well. Dean Riley is, I think it's fair to say, he's pretty safe hands in anything he tends to sit in, and he's charging off in the BMW. 73 car still causing trouble. You can see the yellow mark on the map. He's going again now. Whoever that was in front of the Dean Riley's just gone, no, I don't fancy this. Nope, jump out of the way. Most of the penalties have been served now. That's why the penalties have been removed. So they've served a pit stop, had the time penalty served, and then the marker is removed from the tower. Oh! So he's gone. Oh dear. So some kind of technical issue. Perhaps. Oh! That was all kinds of odd. So either technical trouble or just, I don't know what on earth. That was just a lot of wrong going on there. But that was the 73 car we were just looking at, which is being driven by, that was Jouke Verwert that we were just talking about. And we've got both the Abernhusers have got penalties. Now, the second place Nelson Abernhuser is not long, it was 5 seconds, and that's just become 10. What on earth has he done?
I think that's because the penalty increments can go up in 5s or 15s.
Oh, okay.
Good.
So that's actually 2 penalties applied. So incident between 60 and 3-1. So that's Nelson Abernhuser, as mentioned. Car 60 is Christoph Holzer in the Porsche. He hasn't been in yet. I'm sure he started in that car. So the 3-1 cars tangle with the back marker somewhere. And then another incident has happened which implemented that penalty. Oh, Dean Riley! Well, steady on, so you don't need to push that hard. Just saw that BMW getting all out of shape. Coming through the right-hander there. Oh, those crocodiles. Oh, there we go. That's what the penalty was. So it wasn't 2 penalties. It was just a single penalty, exactly as Chris was saying, as they're in 5-second increments. As we see Mike Abernhuser's come into the pits. That's the second time the 333 car has been in. The last time was for a repair. This one, I suspect, is scheduled. Mike Abernhuser handing that one over to the next driver.
Chris Vickers.
Chris Vickers for the 333. There's Dan Larson in the 43 car, up into 4th position. That's the McLaren that he's now piloting. He's right behind the 3rd place 907 Audi, now being driven by Marco Veronese. No, I think has that been in?
Yes, because 907 was originally driven by Giorgio Ramondi.
Oh yes. It was Veronese who I saw in qualifying. That's why I recognised the name. So that battle for 3rd is now, it was basically just resumed. As we see someone coming out of the pits, that would be Mike Abernhuser as having handed that over to. Who did he hand that over to?
Chris Vickers, sir.
Vickers, yes. There we go, in 11th. Treble 3 car. Be him rejoining. There is Volker Deschau in the 47 car. Strangely Mohican Mercs. That's a 25th, as mentioned. GT4s. Currently 3rd in class. Chasing the 11 Porsche. Dimitri Schenk. There's the Porsche right in his face there.
So that was Dimitri is Bas van Mellis' teammate.
Indeed. Looking for another step in the class podium for the GT4s. is Dan Lenson. With Veronese directly ahead of him. So battle for third. That's the overall race podium. It's been fought pretty hard there. Fifth position is Joel Wood. He is over a lap behind. So no immediate trouble there for the podium spots, but still a very strong performance from the 221 class. And Stay Hilton, who got into the car and then had a penalty to serve straight away, which is slightly unfortunate. The way it goes. Larson again. Still chasing Veronese pretty hard. So the lap times were last time around 43.5 for the Audi and 43.7 for the McLaren. We have less than an hour remaining now of this race. The number 71 car having completed 48 laps and leads by 35 seconds or more. 3-2-1 in Aston Martin, now in the hands of Nelson Abramhuser. Third at the moment is Marco Veronese in the 97 Audi, being chased pretty hard by this man that we're looking at, the number 43 of Dan Lenson. We have someone waiting to have a chat with us, Mr. Hill.
Yes, I believe we have.
We'll do the honours and bring in Mr. Shellekins. Let's have a chat with him and see how he is doing.
I'd love to, if you just bear with me 1 second.
Sure thing, good sir. Hopefully we'll chat with Mike Shellekins, having handed over the Porsche.
Here's me coming in now.
Thank you.
Try again. There we go.
There he is. Hello, Mick.
Wait, let me.
Oh,
Sorry.
caught him at the wrong time.
No, I'm in VR, so it's a bit confusing. I can't see what's happening.
Oh, right. Thank you for coming to join us.
Hello.
So, talk us through your stint. How do you feel it went? It's a very busy field out there, I think it's fair to say.
We got collected in one of the incidents on lap 1, so we had to start all the way from the back, basically. So I mean, it went okay. We had 1 or 2 laps issues with getting past all the GT4s, and after that it went okay for us. I think our sister car, which is also driving, had some issues as well. So we got past them, and then we went slowly back up to 10 before the pit stops happened. But we had some. We were stuck behind a few cars for a few laps because it is a busy field, and it's really hard to overtake if you only have like 2 tenths here. But wasn't too bad for us.
Was there a plan on? Was there an aim on what position you wanted to be in? Did you realistically think? Were you aiming for a podium? Where was the target position to be in?
We aimed for top 10 at least. I think podium's gonna be really hard for us because we know the top drivers here are really fast. Top 10 should have been possible for us. We qualified 13, so we knew it wouldn't be that much of a problem. Because I qualified. My teammate's a bit faster, so we're like, okay, let's send the fastest driver out second.
Makes sense. But I mean, even still, you put in a very solid performance to make up that much last time. You must be quite pleased with how you did.
Oh yeah, I'm very happy. Luckily the damage wasn't too bad. We got like 15 seconds, but it felt like all suspension, no aero. So I didn't have any issues with the car or anything. So I'm very pleased that I could hand off the car in P10 to my teammate.
Excellent.
Sorry, is this the first race you've done with James, or is it?
We did
other ones.
No, we did the 2.4 hours, like the practice ones before.
Oh, okay, the full races, yes.
Yeah, but no, I haven't been racing with James. Like, he gives me tips and helps me in practice, but this is the actual full league race for a championship I've done with him.
Obviously, you're getting on well with each other. You must be to commit to a season.
Oh yeah, it's not too bad. We're a bit laid back because we just do 2.5 hours of driving now, and we just talk crap to each other for 2.5 hours. And it's like a podcast at some point. It's like,
So it's a bit like me and Chris then.
I was about to say that. Yeah, that's exactly the same as us. But no,
I mean, at some point they were talking about other races or movies or something. So it's oh right, yeah, you gotta overtake this guy and this guy playing to each other. Yeah, it's really laid back. So I enjoy driving with him, and enjoy the tips he gives because he's obviously a bit faster than me. So I learn a lot by just seeing his inputs and how he behaves.
he's just got great actually.
I think that's the best way to have a teammate, is someone who doesn't put as much pressure on you. And if you're in a relaxed car or a relaxed team, it's a lot better than in a high pressure team where you're being demanded to go faster, or if someone in that team feels like you're not doing a very good job and doesn't want to speak to you.
Oh yeah, no, we said from the beginning, like, we're going into this with like, let's have fun, let's not take it too serious on those things. Like, obviously try, but don't go full sweat mode. And if we don't get top 5, it's bad. So yeah, it's pretty relaxed. Although I do have to say, when I need to overtake slower cars, he gets really riled up. It's like, just overtake him, just go on the inside, overtake him, touch him. It's like, I'm not used to that.
Well, you can go and get your own back shortly, can't you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do it to him as well. Come on.
I think that's important, isn't it, to have a good rapport with the drivers, especially on a longer race such as this. On a sprint race, it's one thing; it's difficult to make up time. But on an endurance race, I would think it's got to be very important to be on good terms with your teammates.
Oh yeah. It's like the problem is once you get frustrated and you stop talking to each other, especially in endurance, it's really bad for your motivation. Yeah, and if you still gotta go like for example, we got hit in the start, and if you still have to go 2 hours and you're already fed up with each other, like, that can get quite annoying. So yeah, it's good to have a nice relationship with your teammates. Like, all that happens, we'll just keep trying, see where we end up. So it's pretty cool.
Excellent, that's great to hear. So currently in P8, right behind the number 8 McLaren, that's Miron de Klerk. Wow, James is setting some really damn good lap times. He was only a 10th off of Dean Riley's time. Where do you think you still just content with top 10, or are you looking at top 5 now? Has that plan changed at all?
I think top 10 would be, we're driving there now, so that would be ideal. Top 5 would certainly be nice, but I'm not sure the guys in front, if we can catch them, or how their pit stops are doing. Because we went for a 1 pit stop strategy, and I'm not sure how the teams in front are doing now. But I think if we get top 5, we can be very, very proud of ourselves with these drivers.
Oh, James has just done an absolute blinder. Whilst we've been talking, he's actually side by side with Miron de Klerk. That was a great effort. Unfortunately, fortunately for James, it's Miron has actually managed to defend that, but that was a great move. Whilst we've been talking, you might want to go back to him because he's having an absolute stormer. But Mick, thank you very much for taking the time to chat to us. It's great that you're enjoying the event, and best of luck for the rest of the race and the season to come.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for hosting as well. It's a fun format. So looking forward to the next races as well. And thank you guys.
Thank you very much, Mick.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you very much. That's Mick Shellikens, co-pilot of the number 29 Porsche that we're looking at currently in the hands of James Mead. Yeah, well, that was a good scrap going on. Well, it still is a good scrap going on between himself and Miron de Klerk. Oh, and again, the Porsche having a look on the inside line, not quite coming off there. I did. It's, the only battle position-wise in the field. Although, saying that, the battle for third's still going on. A little bit further apart. Veronesi and Lanison. Lanison? What am I on about? Lenson. Again, the Porsche! Having a look on the outside, he's determined. He's still committed to it all the way around. The Crocodiles now coming down through the sheet. I think that he's going to have the inside line. Oh, punches the McLaren in the face and gets through. Wow, that was determined, I think it's fair to say, from James Mead to claim that 7th position. Nicely done.
Seems to be pulling away now as well.
Wow, yeah, didn't he just? He felt he had a big pace advantage over Miron de Klerk. there's the battle for third that we were mentioning. That's Dan. Why can't I get this right? Dan Lenson. The car directly ahead, or well, 1.5 seconds up the road. It was a bit closer than this, but I think traffic has caught the McLaren out. Is the number 43. The 907 Audi of Veronese, Marco Veronese, is there, just at the top of the shot there. There's one back marker in between the two, so that still raging on. Yellow flags out again. That is number 47. Let's come to grief. Who is that? That is a Volker Deschaux in one of the, I think that's one of the Mercedes that's got the odd Mohican on the top of the roof. The GT4 Max.
Here you go, you'll like this one. Is he the last of the Mohicans?
Bravo. We have a representative from our race leader. It's Kieran Vidago wanted to have a chat to us. Let's get Kieran. Can I drag him in? Yes, I can. Kieran Vidago, thank you for joining us.
Hello, mate.
Hi, honey.
Hi.
Well, get a room, says Steve Crowder. Well, Kieran, it doesn't really matter what we put you in. You're absolutely impossibly quick, as you've proven here. Is it fair to say you haven't had a particular challenge, or have you always kind of kept an eye on the tower to see where everyone else is?
Throughout my stint, I was keeping an eye on the tower. I was just keeping the gap nice and, a decent gap behind, because we were trying to. My stint was a fuel-safe stint, trying to get as much lap time out of the car with as little fuel as possible, so that I could give Dean the car and he could be on map 1 the entire stint. And I think
we've got another replay going on here. Oops, as that's car 40 that's gone round. Oh dear, that's been punched in the face by the Porsche we've just been staring at. James Mead that's tangled with the 40 car. Oops, so that's not the one. We're looking at Dan. Sorry, Karen. We will come back to it in a minute. As you can see, the action is pretty hot, frantic. So, how's traffic been? We've seen a few people trip up, and it's a very, very busy race. Is it as busy as it looks to us?
Yeah, extremely busy. Yeah, I don't think you'd get a clean lap every 5 or 6 laps, and even then, it wasn't guaranteed it would be a fully clean lap. Yeah, it worked out pretty well for me, because obviously I was doing fuel saving, so I'd see a couple of cars in front, and I'd just get off the gas completely and save even more fuel. So, you got to really play into the strategy of endurance racing, and with traffic management, use it to your advantage.
Absolutely. So, was it just a case of just turning the miles for you? Was there a particular lap time target? You started from pole. Was there a particular plan coming into the start of the race, or just roll the dice and see what happens?
It was just make sure we stayed ahead at T1, and then from there I knew we could just it was going to be difficult to overtake. So I think we could just stay in front. We'd hoped to build a gap, which is what we did, and then we turned the engine down and started saving fuel. So it's all gone to plan so far.
Brilliant stuff. And Dean is out there. He's already claimed the fastest lap. There was a 42.1 on the board. So, yeah, he's in qualifying mode again.
Yep. That's how I wanted it set up for him. I know he's incredibly quick. So I wanted to give him map 1 and just tell him do lap after lap.
You two have done battle on against one another often enough. Is it a bit odd being in the same team as Dean, or is it just...
Me and Dean have been teammates now for, I guess, over a year. So we've always been battling against each other, and we've done lots of endurance races together, but in separate cars as well.
Sure.
So yeah, it's not really odd. No, it's same business as usual.
Awesome stuff. Well, best of luck for the remainder of the race and the season to come. Thank you very much, Kieran Vidago.
Thanks, Chris.
See you, Kieran. Bye.
Hi, Chris.
The banter continues, as you can hear, ladies and gentlemen.
We have another driver.
We do.
Yitzi Medema.
Yitzi Medema is ready to have a chat to us. Let's drag in Yitzi. There he is. Yitzi Medema, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm with you guys.
Hi, well, thanks for taking the time to come and have a chat to us.
Thanks for
Pleasure. It's been quite a race for you so far.
Yeah, you can say that again. Yeah.
So talk us through it from your side.
Well, the start was pretty good. I was quite lucky with my positioning of the car, and yeah, it was pretty clean for me. But then, yeah, I got coming together with the Swarts, with Danny, which is really unfortunate for both of us. And yeah, after that I had a little bit of damage. But still the car was pretty good, so I could drive back to the, a little bit of the front. And yeah, like Kieran said, it's really busy on track also with GT4s. So I had a little bit of bad luck with them, a little bit of miscommunication. So it also cost a little bit of time and damage. So yeah, been quite turbulent.
Well, just looking at a replay of who we're looking at, Steve. Oh, as 84 clouted the apex. That's not the first victim of that apex we've seen, and he bounces off the wall as well. That's Stay Hilton. That's in that 84 McLaren. That explains why he lost 9 seconds last time around straight. Oh, flash of the lights there from one of the GT4s on the 69 car. Why are you having an argument with Van Drunen in 5th? That's a tad optimistic. Well, a bit of a grumpy GT4. Anyway, never mind. Coming back to our interviewer, Yitzi. So, a similar question that I asked to previous guys with us. Did you have a particular target on where you wanted to be in this race before starting? Was it top 5, top 10? Where were you aiming for?
I have a target with every race I drive, and it's top 10.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I've actually lost track. Where are you at the moment? I've actually lost track of you.
At the moment we're at 9. So
Scarlett's got the McLaren at the moment.
Yeah. Called the steady driver.
So we're looking at James Mead. Oh, on the back of my goodness, he's closed in on Joel Wood pretty quickly. And there is the 9th place McLaren. Oh, there is James again. That's the battle now he faces. It's absolutely left Miranda Clark for dead. And wow, just bundles on the inside of the last turn of the 2-2-1. Wow, what a move. James Mead absolutely flying. But yeah, Carl Van Horn in the 136 car, as we just mentioned. 9th position, steady pace there. So it's looking pretty good as long as the race stays as it is. Question I always admire those that can do kind of endurance racing, because I know I can't. Anytime I do sim racing, I'm always a sprint racer and I'm absolutely dead afterwards. Do you really feel it on a 2.4-hour race? You were in that car for about an hour and a half or so. Do you really feel that? Does it sort of feel draining towards the end, or is it just business as usual for you?
Well, there are two examples. One is that you do get a little bit tired, especially the leg that you use to brake with. But if you're in the right zone, you don't feel it at all. You just drive and it all feels natural. But if you're not in that zone, you will feel every bit of fatigue and every bit of sweat and you feel everything.
Sure, yeah. And I imagine when you stop as well is when you realise just how knackered you are.
Oh yeah,
that's when it all catches up on you.
Yeah, you'll feel every sweat in the chair and yeah.
Awesome stuff. So currently 9th. What are you behind Marion as well? Oh wow. I think Carl's been caught up in a bit of traffic. There was a 147 last time around. You're about 12-ish seconds, I think, behind Marion. Are you looking at the number 8 McLaren of Marion de Klerk? Is that a target for you, or is it just keep the miles going and see what happens?
I think de Klerk has a bit better pace than Carl, so I think we're going to be happy if he stay 9th or maybe even 10th. Yeah, we have to be realistic.
Fair play, don't blame me at all. Well, best of luck for the remainder of the race and for the season to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
It's good to have a chat with some of our drivers to get an understanding of what it feels like from their perspective. But oh, 41.9 whilst we've been talking Dean Riley. Good lord, it's scary fast. It's just untouchable Every time I've looked at him, he's gone faster and faster. Oh my God! It's sliding the BMW through the slower corners, through the crocodiles, now on the GT. Struth alive. He does know that there's 40 minutes. He does know there's not just a few laps to do. At least I hope so. I'm sure someone's told him.
I'm sure Kieran will have told him.
Well, it's clearly working. Michael Demon now. This is the 46 car, so that's changed hands. 28th place McLaren. We've seen this car tangled up in a few incidents before. We'll see if Michael Demon is able to recover some lost time. Yeah, but also whilst we were talking, James Mead in the 29 Porsche. Wow, what a great performance he's done to really close in a few positions. What is he now? 13 seconds behind Van Drunen. There's the leader of the GT4s. That is Patrick de Root. In the 88 car, that's the BMW. Leads the class by just over 9 seconds from the number 11 Porsche. That is Dimitri Schenk. And then another 20 seconds back to the treble 7 Porsche of Demon de Kaiser. So just rather kind of turning the miles and see what happens. Yellow flag out for car number 21, I think that is. That is. Oh dear. So Henny Lefebvre, we've seen Neo's left. I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Is it Lefebvre? Lefebvre? How do you say this, Chris?
Yeah.
Yes. Then. So Henny I'm going to go with Lefebvre because I have no idea how else to say it. Apologies if that's wrong. Has had a bit of an incident with 47, which is Volker de Schau, the Mercedes and the Bentley coming together. So that's why the 21 was causing the yellow flag there. As we look at Miron de Klerk, now we were talking earlier, or whether the 136 McLaren would catch the number 8 McLaren. It does look like Miron de Klerk has got the legs over his pursuers. It's this overall second position McLaren. The lead McLaren being Dan Lenson. Why can't I get my syllables correct in this one? No answers, please, Mr. Proudly. Aiming that one very, very squarely at our production group. This is 47 and 20. This is and there we go. Oh, the inside car that took a bit of a spin there. Oh, what's he? Oh, that's
That looked like a panic brake, didn't it?
I reckon it was. It's hard to tell because that camera's quite a long way away. But yeah, exactly as you say, Chris. I think that was distraction. I'm not convinced there was impact there. Oy, that's getting a bit close. Miron de Klerk with. Was that Joel Wood? Was that the car that got tapped? Because he's now behind James Mead and Miron de Klerk. So Joel Wood's lost a load of time somewhere.
I'm sure our race director will find us a replay.
That 221 BMW has had trouble somewhere. Yeah, again, no pressure, Steve. Oh dear. I wonder if that was one of the cars involved in the incident we just saw. So that gives James Mead an easy run into 6. He's got 8 seconds or so to Van Drunen.
Tell you what, Dimitri Schenk has took. Oh yeah.
That was 21. That's Henny Lefebvre again. And 821 is in trouble. 821 is who? That is Tom Dahlhusen in the 821 BMW on the start-finish line. He's in trouble. There's Chris Vickers in the treble 3. 11th position. Oh, hustling hard. For 10th, that is Camille Spatchler. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's the 737 Aston. 2 Astons crossing swords for who's going to hang on to the top 10. And Chris Vickers certainly was quicker of the 2 by about 2.5 seconds last time around. Oh my goodness, that's Spatchler that's getting very, very squiggly. Car behind is not for position. Is 90, I think. It's Tim. If it was Tim N. It's the shortest surname in the field.
Tim Neibauer.
Oh, Neibauer. Okay.
Yeah.
There's the It's the 821. What did you do? Oops, yeah. Oh, you headbutted the wall, sir. Ouch. That's what happens when you try and power on the grass. And now Marin de Klerk, free of challenge, is starting to get a bit of a heavier right foot. Progress on his merry way. Well, just under 6 seconds to close back in on James Mead. He's able to do it. Well, he's capable of doing it. Whether he's going to be able to in this race, we will see. I see the 907's changed hands again as phone is now going into the conversation. It seems me to not put it on silent.
You don't want me here, you'd rather listen to your phone, that's fine.
I never said a word. I never said a word. So Raimondi is back in the 907 Audi, so obviously some teams looking to change twice.
And it looks like Chris Vickers has got past Camels.
Yes, indeed. It's 333 now past 737 quite convincingly. As we saw on the lap times earlier, he was quite a bit quicker than Spatula last time around. Of course, couldn't be traffic related, but goodness me. Chris Vickers.
Must have been an incident, sorry, Chris. There must have been an incident because he's 3.5 seconds up the road now, isn't it?
It does look like it.
In less than a lap.
Van Horn, the 136 McLaren. Pressing on. Is he catching Joel Wood? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, Joel Wood was a 47.4 last time around. There was still another 8.3 seconds between the two. Yellow flags still out for that 821 car. So Darl Houston, Hoyson again, not sure how to pronounce it. Still yellows out there. It obviously looks like it's in the pit. Oh, was Dimitri Schenk having an argument with someone? That's our GT4 leader, I think. Oh, second in the GT4s, beg your pardon. But yes, of course, Patrick de Groot is that one. Argument with someone, but can't quite see who. I saw a GT3's having an argument with. That's confidence for you, I suppose. Oh, a little bit wide. Now that 821 car is now in the pits, so whether it's been recovered there or has finally been able to crawl its way back into the pit lane. Tom Dahl Houston is in.
It did have a modified front end though, didn't it, after it hit the wall at the pit, on the pit?
He gave it a good clout, didn't he? I mean, the wall did win that argument. Whatever the wall said, the BMW clearly didn't like it. But it's wall 1 BMW 0. German engineering being strong, but not that strong. As the race is approaching its final half hour of the night. Dean Riley up front, leading by, well, quite frankly, an absolute mile. Over a minute he leads by. So 41.9 on the board last time around again. Second is the 321 Aston of Nelson Abramhosa, still carrying that 10-second penalty. There's Chris Vickers. So before it says, where's his quarry gone? Oh, that's for position. That's Van Horn. He's just gone past. It's the 136 McLaren.
Seems like this because he's got his bit between the teeth.
Hasn't he just?
Wants to just get a move on with this race.
Well, those around him have been in the anywhere from the 44.5s to the 45.7s, and Vickers has been 43.2 for quite a few laps now. So yeah, he is absolutely storming on. With half an hour still to go, he can climb a few more positions up the ladder before the checkered flag falls. Oh, this is actually an on-track position. Ironically, it's Michael Damon in the 46 McLaren having an argument for, strictly speaking, position with the 47 of Deschaux. It's a rough race for the McLaren.
Sorry, in chat, Walter teammate to Schalke Vervat. If you recall, quite a few laps ago, we saw a car that was seems to be having a strange incident. And it looks like as he was coming out of the pits, he's looking at the same sort of PUD as we are on the stream, reading the what I was saying. Sorry, reading the chat, which explains why it looked strange as he was going off the track and not being able to control. Looked like not being able to control the car. But I'll shut up now.
Well,
Did any of that make sense?
Well, we'll move away. Oh, wow! Hey! Oh, that was close. That's the Castrol livery McLaren. Yes, it did make sense to answer your question, Chris. It looked odd to all concerned. I think it's the crux of that one. The 136 car very nearly was very reshaped, and that was Carl Van Horn. So his progress very heavily stunted in the Castrol flavoured McLaren. There's our race leader, just to remind you who he actually is. Dean Riley leading by 1 minute 7 seconds now, or at last time check, over Nelson Ebenhauser. Just an absolute league of one has been that number 71 BMW. There's Carl Van Horn, who's now outside of the top 10 from that spin. So Niels Batchelor comes fast in the 737 Aston, leaving that particular mantle. The field fairly spread out. It's taken till now to have no particular on-track battles, although the 136 McLaren that we're looking at may well re-engage with Spratchler. We will see what he's able to do. There's still plenty of racing to see. We've only had 2 cars, I think, disappear, which was the 104 Ferrari and the 44 Bentley. The 16. 32 cars on track, so we have lost more than I had realised. Or more than I was initially thinking. Yeah. So, and that's why one of the Ferraris is appearing twice, or one driver is appearing twice on my list. So that's what's confusing me. Andrea Kerci in the Ferrari did indeed leave us about 17 or so laps ago. So we continue to look at Van Horn. Losing time against Spatula, so that's a GT4. That's the GT4 lead. That's Dimitri Schenk on the back of Patrick de Groot. So whilst they've got cars around them, that GT4 lead battle is now really hot. Oh my goodness, Patrick de Groot was 4 seconds nearly slower than Dimitri Schenk last time around. So definite trouble for the 88 car on the previous lap. So it's now very much BMW versus Porsche as the battle of the Germans for the lead of the GT4s. That's another Porsche. That's the 29 car coming past. We've seen that quite a few times. James Mead continuing his relentless march towards the front of the field, although his progress has been stunted a little bit. Let's see what the lap times are for the ones we're looking at now, which is Schenk and de Groot, 154s. Penalty. We haven't had one of these in a while. Let's have another one of these. That's the 821 car that was stationary on the start-finish line for absolutely forever. That's Tom Dahlhausen. Has got a penalty for a collision. Now in 31st position is the 212 car. That's Andreas Westkamp. He's got just realised that. He's got stock no penalties. I'm not sure when that was triggered. I've only just realised that's been... don't get the chance to see the entire field all at the same time. It's as good a job as Steve Crowley is doing, bringing us all the action. It's physically impossible to look absolutely everywhere with a field this size. Of course, this diverse as far as the distance between top and bottom is concerned. It does look like Patrick de Groot has got back into his rhythm with the Porsche nailed to his rear wing. GT3 then, Jason? No, that's one of the GT4s that come into lap. So Westkamp has served the penalty in the number 212 car. That's one of the GT3 McLarens comes past. Don't mind me, gentlemen, coming through. Easier to identify who there was in the daylight. Oh, that got very close between the McLaren and the GT4 BMW. De Groot doing what he can to keep the Porsche at bay. Incident noted between 60 and 41. That 41 is our only Chevrolet in the GT4s. Car 60 is Christoph Holzer in the 17th position, number 60 Porsche. Not sure what's happened between those two. 25 minutes to go of the opening round of this endurance season here at Simsport Racing International. Oh, this is a battle for P8. This is Chris Vickers on the back of Joel Wood. BMW versus Aston. Oh my goodness, the treble three. That was a I'm coming through like it or not maneuver, but the BMW's denied, sir. My goodness me, these two are having a great scrap then for 8th place. And they are 14 on seconds ahead of Spatulus, and they're not going to have a challenge unless it all comes to grief, of course. And they're 10 seconds behind Marin de Klerk, so no immediate trouble for them. As I briefly saw a yellow flag for car number 60, that was Holzer. Did he disappear? Is he disconnected or something? Because I swear he just vanished from the map. Oh no, Holzer has actually had an incident. Let's see if Steve's able to get hold of the replay. Oh, we see this amazing battle, as that's one of the back marker McLarens. Missed the number on the side of the blue McLaren there. Oh, and that's wide for Vickers. It's going to lose him a little bit of momentum as they're working their way through just an endless stream of cars. Wow, that lost over a second for Chris Vickers there. That one mistake. And a couple that were back markers as well. He just dives on the inside of one of the Porsches, one of the GT4 Porsches, to continue his pressure. Big flash of the lights there from Joel Wood. I've got a crazy Aston on my tail. What happened to the Porsche then? Oh, it just stops. He decides he wants to take in some of the scenery. But you can't see it. It's 10 o'clock at night.
Perhaps the doors just opened.
they do things different. Oh my goodness! Oh no, Chris Vickers, an ambitious move on the inside. Well, in the middle of a 3 wide, although the McLaren is out of position. How on earth that didn't come to complete grief, I will never know. Well driven from all of them. So that battle for 8 continues then. Wow, Chris Vickers, that was a serious amount of clenching going on in that Aston Martin. New underpants for car number 333, please. Unreal. I mean, fair play for keeping that out of the wall. That was destined to be an absolute mess. And he's already straight back on the case of Joel Wood. Past 208. Yep, that'll be Mark Martins. I haven't really mentioned that BMW. So we've got one of the GT4 BMWs they've just gone past. Not wasting any time, but I mean, if Vickers is able to reclose that gap in, he's got a serious pace advantage over Joel Wood. So, the BMW getting really out of shape, very crossed up. Wow, Chris Vickers just dives on the inside line. Through he goes. That is... Oh, we have a penalty going on. Official warning for number 41, ignoring blue flags. Oh dear, oh dear. That is... I can't pronounce his name properly. Rudier. I'm going to go with Rudier Stewart, the number 41 Chevrolet, who we saw get a penalty earlier on. Oh, he was the one. Was he the one there in the stop go? I think it was... maybe them. Either way, they've just been given a warning for ignoring blue flags.
No, it was Andreas Westkamp serving this stop.
Yes, it was. Thank you for that. Yes, quite right. Always that was a Porsche just slamming on the Yankees, not willing to get involved. I'm not surprised. I mean, look at the pace that the 333 has. He's absolutely he's already over a second ahead of Joel Wood. He's not even half a lap from overtaking him in the first place. Truth. Absolutely.
He's going to catch car 8.
21 minutes to go, 14.7 seconds. What was the lap time difference? I doubt it. In honesty, unless there's a problem for car 8, I can't imagine that as quick as Chris Vickers is, very clearly very quick. I think that's a step too far into closing that much of a gap before the end. But we'll never know. Who knows what kind of incidents we still have waiting for us in the final 20 minutes. 23 has been involved in something. Let's go back to the pits. That's Onofre Abella, correctly, the 23 McLaren, is redesigned, or it's been redesigned throughout the night. So damage clearly taking its toll, and into the pits for the 23 car. It was quite a way ahead of the 46 McLaren of Michael Demon, so may well retain the position. Chris Vickers, my word, he's absolutely left Joel Wood for dead. 5 seconds the gap behind him. What was Vickers' lap time? 42.8 last time. That's a 10th slower than our race leader. Good lord. So he gained, what did he gain? 8 tenths on Marion de Klerk. Oh, there he goes. Now that's just probably pushing a bit too hard, and that was the final straw for 23 as he headbutts the wall. And I'm not surprised he drove that one back. Most of the front of the car was trying to go into the rear. So that's serious redesigning. I can't say I've ever headbutted a wall, if I'm honest. Chris Vickers bouncing onto the rumble strips there, doing his best to keep his car under control, and doing so. Good. Dean Ryder, nearly 75 seconds clear of Nelson Abernhosen. So the 321 car still has that 10-second penalty, and he's almost 10 seconds clear of the 43 car of Dan Lenton. Now, he has been 10 seconds clear. So we'll see if he's able to just open that gap back up again. Although, in fairness, Abernhosen did close the gap very slightly to Dean Riley by 0.4 of a second.
So Chris Vickers has just gone 1.3 seconds faster.
Oh, wow.
Than the car in front of the Clerk.
Yeah.
With a 42.8 again. It's a consistent lap.
Fast, yeah. And he's the fastest car on circuit by quite a way. So, yeah, he gained, like I say, about 1.4 last time around on the number 8 McLaren. Could he do it? 13-ish seconds between the two.
Don't do maths on a Friday night.
Yeah, no chance. Yeah, not even attempting to calculate that. I still reckon it's a little too far. But, I mean, he's giving it everything he's got. And this is very, testament to you never, ever give up in an endurance race. As we come back to the GT4 lead, still in the hands of Patrick de Groot in the 88 car. Still being chased very, very hard by Dimitri Schenk. Very little between them, as it has been for absolutely ages. Now, the GT4 lead, when it was in the hands of, I don't know whether it was the 11 Porsche, but that gap was quite considerable early in the race. So that's just been very slowly whittled away, and is now, as you see it, 8 tenths of the last time check. I don't think that's still the case. And that's a long time after having raced this long. And still with 16 minutes to go. It's a long time to keep somebody behind you. So I do not envy the group at the moment. But then
Chris Vickers 2.7 seconds faster that last lap with the 42.3.
45.0 from Aaron de Klerk. Yeah, good spots there, Mr. Hill. Wow, 42.3. That's stormy pace. It's half a second quicker than Dean Riley. My word. Also, another car going quickly, Giorgio Raimondi in 4th. He was a 42.6. So, no, I'm not re-evaluating my prediction. I still don't reckon he'll do it. I'm looking at the time gap and the deltas, and I'm questioning that statement as I'm saying it. Oh, double or quits bet from Mr. Proudly. Nicely done. Well, I lost the first one. So, yeah, the odds aren't really with me. No, I don't reckon he'll do it. I can't see he's going to keep that pace going for that long. But we'll see if Miriam de Klerk is either just being tangled in pace or whether I'm going to lose another virtual 10 quid.
Let's
We will see.
Let's go with that bet. I think he'll do it.
Virtual 10 quid and a handful of jelly beans. Right. Oh, good shout, Mr. Proudly. Who's going to win the GT4s? Is it going to be BMW or Porsche? Where's your thoughts on that one, Chris?
I think Dimitri will do it.
Well,
I think Dimitri will pass Patrick.
Well, I may as well oppose you on that one. So 2 handfuls of jelly beans and a virtual 20 quid on the line for 2 different bets. Why? Because we can, that's why. So we will see. I'm in the Patrick de Groot camp. Chris Hill in the Dimitri Schenk camp. Drive-through penalty for car number 84 has just popped up. Track limits penalty.
So Chris Vickers 2.47 seconds faster that lap.
Oh, he is decimating. He is destroying that gap between himself and Miriam de Klerk. Absolutely wrecking it. He's doing a sterling job at the moment. But I'm looking at my jelly bean jar and I'm thinking it might be depleted a bit more. Patrick de Groot. Oh, de Groot! As both of the people we're putting bets on are pushing very hard, and there goes the Porsche on the outside line on the final turn, following that mistake from Patrick de Groot. Now, who's going to win out on this one as the GT3 decides to join the party briefly? That's the 13th position car. That's Kroll, the number 33 car.
On Dimitri.
It's Dennis Kroll. Who's going to win out this one? Shake his nose against the lead. Patrick de Groot's hanging onto the inside line. Oh no, and he's knocked out the way by McLaren. You bribed him, Mr. Hill. You've had a word with one of the GT4 McLarens. Oh no, Patrick de Groot has been sent into the wall. Well, what can you say to that? That is racing. That was just an unfortunate incident there. No malice meant, but sadly, that has given some damage undoubtedly to the 88 BMW. But you can't take it away from Dimitri Schenk though, because he's been really pressing on for quite a while and has just done what he needed to do, and then capitalised on one small mistake from Patrick de Groot to claim that GT4 lead.
Chris Vickers only 0.8 seconds faster that last lap, but as our beautiful broadcaster said in our ears, he was slightly off track a couple of times.
He's pushing very, very hard. And Dean Riley's still in the low 42s, like, of course he needs to be. 76 seconds ahead of the nearest car. Oh, that's a point. What's the gap between? Oh, here's how I lost a virtual tenner and a handful of jelly beans this time around. So the BMW on the inside line, Porsche. I mean, they're doing a brilliant job being side by side. And there, I was an Audi can't tangle with. That was a great shame. It really was.
It was fortunate that all three weren't involved in that incident. Dimitri was trying to escape that.
There is the very charging Chris Vickers, the Treble 3 car. He's very much got the number 8 in his sights.
Is he coming up to his teammate?
Yes, good spot. He's indeed, who's a lap ahead. But what's the time difference? So 43.8 last time from Abenhoser, 43.7 from Vickers. So, but as we said earlier, Vickers has just been really nailing in the 42s.
There's fast lap by de Klerk, 43.9. Vickers still 1 second faster.
1.1 seconds quicker. Screw. 5.6 seconds, 11 minutes to go. So that's, I'm going to hazard a guess, that's around 7 or 8 laps to go. 1 3/4 minutes per lap. No, I'm hazarding a guess because maths is not responsive.
I don't do maths on the ride.
It's against the law to do maths on the ride.
Absolutely.
Oh, you can see how hard Chris Vickers is pushing, and that's trouble for the 84 car. Just seen on the map there. That's Stay Hilton again, McLaren. And that last corner has got a lot of people out, and it's made another victim. 5.3 seconds now separates 7th position between de Klerk and Vickers. Keep a very keen eye on that.
What Chris needs to do here is make sure he doesn't hit any track excursions, get a drive-through for too many cuts.
Indeed.
Pushing this hard.
Fair play to him. 4.6 now with the last time check, so again, still absolutely flying. Let's see how this goes. That's a very colourful livery, and whoever that is Audi ahead of us. So whose car that is directly ahead, but it's not his quarry, it's not the number 8 McLaren. 230. Oh, very nicely done. Jumped out of the way. Here's number 84. Go again. What's Steve? Oh, there we go. He's pushing a little bit too hard, and tyres are saying you're having a laugh, sir, and couldn't catch that one. That's what's been catching a lot of people out. Run down to that one.
Vickers was only 0.9 seconds after that time. Only 9 seconds.
Only 0.9. So, will he do it? Well, the GT4 battle has well and truly been resolved, with Schenk now 5 seconds or more ahead of Patrick de Groot. Oh, Ike Hughes, now that's the number 91 car. We haven't looked at them for a while. Well spotted, Mr. Proudly. That's a battle for 10th between Spechler and Hughes that's formed in the closing stages of the race. 737 Aston on under pressure by the 91 BMW.
I'm going to keep focused on the Chris Vickers and the battle. If that's okay.
I don't want to lose any more jelly beans, so I won't place any more bets. I'm not worried about the virtual tender, it's the jelly beans I'm more upset about. Oh, as Hughes nearly goes too deep. He does keep that one on the road in his pursuit of the Aston Martin and for a position in the top 10. 4.4 separates de Klerk and Vickers now. Just 7/10 between these two. Oh, there's two flirts with the apex there, which unsettles the BMW a little bit. It is still pointing in the right direction. Less than 8 minutes remain of what has been an absolutely enthralling 2.4-hour race here at Kyalami. Oh, and Hughes had a bit of a run on Spatula, or a bit more of a pace on the exit of the hairpin, or UCOP as it's called.
So Vickers only 0.6 seconds look at that lap, but still catching.
Still catching, but is he catching enough? 4.1 seconds between the two, 7.5 minutes remain. It's doable, but I don't think he'll do it. He's got the raw pace, but I wonder if he's burned the best out of those tyres, or just not. I don't reckon he'll quite do it, but we will see as the race goes on. We've still a fascinating battle here for 10th overall between the 737 Aston and the 91 BMW. Not a lot in it between them. 44.7 for Spechler, 45.1 for Twos, but that's always irrelevant because they're locked together in battles. So of course the chasing car is always going to be almost hindered by the one it's chasing. Although that gap's now starting to grow a little bit between the two. About it's hovering around 7 or 8/10 between them. Again, waiting for the time check between Vickers. What's Mr. 136 done? That is Van Horn again. Oh! Oh dear, oh dear. The oddly red Mohican Mercedes this time getting involved with the 136 McLaren. It's a shame they were hoping to hang on to the top 10, but they've most certainly been dropped out of that now. So battle for 10th position continues.
Just 1.2 seconds quicker that lap.
You really want these jelly beans, don't you?
I do.
Wow.
I'm wasting away.
Carl Vickers, Chris Vickers rather, is chasing on. Ike Hughes is also determined. He's closed right back in on Spatula, as we can see. Oh, that is just so very close. He's taking really different lines to the Aston, trying to get No, Chris Vickers has had no force feedback all race long.
Perhaps he should race it without it more often then.
It seems to be doing him all right. Wow, I mean, just kind of less fatigue, I suppose. He's half a second quicker than Dean Riley. Maybe that's the secret. Maybe we've all been doing it wrong. Lesson learned, maybe. I'm keeping an eye on the line difference between Spatula and Twos here. Oh, here we go. Well, that's almost a moot point considering the amount of traffic they're catching up to. They're taking very, very different lines through pretty much any corner that they're facing. So either Twos is just trying to throw Spatula off his rhythm, or he's just trying to get the momentum he needs to get past the Aston. Either way, the 737 has remained ahead of the 91 so far. The traffic can always play a bit of a part in that. They've got plenty of it right ahead of them.
Sorry, I think Vickers has had a slow lap this lap round. He seems to have dropped quite a bit of time.
Oh dear. He's lost over 2 seconds in this lap alone.
Yeah, he lost a second to Ian de Klerk then.
Still 4 seconds-ish between them, so all it takes is one mistake, as I've often said, and it could easily still swing the other way. May yet hang on to the jelly beans. We will see. His eyes still remain on this battle for 10th position. So that's Chris Vickers in the picture-in-picture at the bottom right, which is actually in the dark, really hard to see, in fairness. It's actually very difficult to make out who we're looking at in the picture, but fair play nonetheless to Steve Bradley for. There you go. You see the amount of time that Chris Vickers has lost in that whatever issue he's had in this lap has been very costly to his pursuit of 7th position. Mike Hughes is doing what he can to try and dethrone Spatula from that 10th spot. Nearly less than 3 minutes remain. Where's our race leader? We dare not look away actually from this particular fight because they're going to dive at the inside line. Hopefully the back mark has seen them. Yeah, I think, I've wandered off the road, run down to the final turn. So, yeah, well driven. Nicely done that from the back marker, who I've got absolutely no idea who that is, as I can't see any features on the car at all.
I think that's car 23. Could be wrong.
Fair play if you're right. So I couldn't tell who that was. If that's 23, then it's Eustace Tiska in the McLaren. I thought the silhouette was on McLaren-esque.
So Vickers was only 0.1 seconds faster than that.
He gained a 10.
Your beans look like they're safe.
So finally getting some betting luck back my way because so far. So race leader is on the start-finish straight, so this will be the start of the penultimate lap here at Kyalami for this 2.4-hour race. Dean Riley, unless he parks, is looking set for a absolutely storming victory. Only the podium 3 on the lead lap. Absolutely unreal performance from the Simsport number 71. But at the moment, the battles haven't really relented anywhere. Carl Vickers is less than 3 seconds now behind de Klerk. So has Baron de Klerk made a mistake somewhere? Are the beans in jeopardy after all?
They're certainly on the same piece of track. That's just stupid. On the same track. I'll just shut up.
Maybe that's where it's gone wrong for some people. You've gone and done a different second. Less than 2 seconds between the two, so the battle for 7th may not be resolved yet. As we see the both, and there we go. That's the 2 battles we've been looking at, I think. Oh no, that's the GT4 battle top left. Beg your pardon. So it's the GT4 leader of Mr. Schenk, Dimitri Schenk, in the top left, and the race leader, of course, GT3 lead of Dean Riley in the bottom right-hand corner. So just
2.4 seconds faster because that last lap.
You've had a word with him, haven't you? You said, win me the beans.
I need my beans.
2.4 seconds. So yeah, that there we go. 1.2 seconds between Vickers and de Klerk. There is Dean Riley starting the final lap of this race. if anyone is going to be is either in a battle or due to be in a battle, it is do or die, all or nothing, feast or famine. And there are several on the board, Spatula and Hughes, as we saw. We've got 12th that's now being contested between Van Horn and Kroll. And of course, Vickers is less than a second behind Leclerc, and that's what we're looking at picture in picture now. Oh no! Oh, the bigger button in the main picture now is Vickers and Leclerc. Checker flag is now out and ready as there's someone that's spun. I couldn't quite see who. 212, I think it is. Can Vickers do it? Well, this is what we've been debating for the last I don't know how many laps.
Also, give me my beans.
Also, Neil Abendhuser is going to lose second because he's not 10 seconds ahead of Dan Lenson either. I just realised that one. The penalty is going to reverse those two. But the win is going to go. As we see in the picture. Actually, I'm trying to see where Dean Riley is. Oh, is that a move? No, that was a defence, I think. Vickers and Leclerc. They're just coming over the line to start their final lap. Oh, that's, I think the traffic. Whoa, no, there goes the Aston. He's going to have a go, but he's going to be boxed in behind the back markers, side by side. Battle for 7th continues, and the inside line has just about saved Leclerc for now. But there is our race leader. Your winner here at Kyalami for the first round of the Endurance Series is number 71. Dean Riley has brought the car home to a hugely dominant victory. 85 seconds, a minute and a half almost, between himself and Nelson Abendhuser, who is going to lose that second place due to the penalty to Dan Lenson unless something happens on this final lap, which of course could happen. We will see. There is our second place man. Has 7th spot round? Not yet. Is the answer to that. You can see that still Miriam Declare, and as we see the second place car, very close to one of the GT4 McLarens. Oh my goodness me, there's still fighting going on.
This is going to be close.
It is going to be very close, isn't it? Oh my goodness me, and Declare's actually crouched in the back as well of James Mead. I just realised there's a three-way fight going on for what is now 6th. Oh my goodness me, I'm not throwing any more jelly beans into the mixture. I'll be broke before the end of the night. Truth alive, it's absolutely going on. So I think Van Drunen is about to come over the line. And a 15-second penalty over the line for Giorgio Raimondi. So here comes, that's Chris Vickers, and he's just been fended off, but only just 1.5 tenths. My jelly beans remain safe. Marion Declare hangs on just to 7th position. What a fight from Chris Vickers as Van Drunen comes into the pits. Oh my goodness me, what a race we have seen.
I'm glad that you're going to keep hold of some of those jelly beans, my friend, because it sounds like you need them.
Oh my goodness me, that was absolutely fantastic. So a great win from the number 71, the Simsport racing team of Dean Riley, brought home by Dean Riley. Second on the road was Nelson Abendhuser with the penalty. I think that's going to be swapped around with Dan Lanson. Fastest lap, unsurprisingly, was Dean Riley. Winning the GT4 class in the end was Dimitri Schenk from Patrick de Groots, and I've actually lost track on who it was Dimian de Kaiser, I believe, was the de Kaiser, I think, was the third of the GT4s, and just that's how the field started. And quite frankly, it didn't really disperse a great deal from what we're now seeing as a replay of the start. And other than a few incidents here and there, a few clumsy moments, but on the whole, the racing was absolutely brilliant.
Yep, and we have our first interviewee, Bas van Mellis, who's the teammate of Dimitri Schenk. And we have Dimitri Schenk. Let's grab them both for an interview.
Absolutely. Yep. Let's have a chat with our GT4 winners. We have got Bas van Mellis and Dimitri Schenk with us. Baz, thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
Good evening, Chris. How are you tonight?
Knackered now. Absolutely exhausted.
which we
Wow.
can imagine.
Well, I mean, it's hard enough for us doing the shouty bit up here, but we're not doing the physical bit. I mean, crikey, well done to you and Dimitri for taking the GT4 win. Oh, you guys must be very pleased about that. But that was some work to do to get the win. It didn't all go your own way, did it?
Now, in the first few laps, we had some bad luck with traffic, and I fell back from third. I believe I qualified to, eighth. And during my stint, I drove, I think, an hour and 20 minutes. I managed to get it back to second place. And then I gave it over to Dimitri, and he did a great job on his stint. Very consistent, good lap times. And the first time we got behind the Groot, we had to back out because we had a tap on Lubekop, I believe. So we waited for him. And then the second time we overtook him just before start finish. So very happy.
And Dimitri, your battle with Patrick de Groot was absolutely brilliant. Up until I think Patrick got a bit tangled up with the GT3 car that was nearby, but that battle was fantastic.
Yeah, it was great fun, and well, props to Bas because he took us back from last to second, and he was keeping me up to date on P1 all the time, and we noticed that we were quite a bit faster than them. So once we caught up, we didn't want to do anything too drastic. We just knew if we keep this pace, we will catch up to them in the end. And then we tried to stay focused and stay patient. And I had a little tap on him at Lubekop, and wanted to wait for him. But there were also some GT3s among us, so it took I think 1 or 2 laps before they caught up again. And I will let him pass on the straight because that was a mistake we made. And after that, the second time, he made a little mistake on the final turn, and I could capitalize and gain some speed on the straight. And then we had I think a terrific battle in turn 1, turn 2. So yeah, that was great fun. I enjoyed it a lot.
So next time out, it's the Nürburgring. Will the Porsche be just as strong on home ground?
Well, let's see. For me, this is my first win, so I'm going to celebrate this like crazy, and we'll see what happens next time.
Can I just ask a question, guys? Obviously, in the fun races, Dimitri, you ended up having to drive the full last race, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. And you're only asking this question just to annoy Bas, aren't you?
Would I do such a thing like that?
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't say that last time I forgot the driver 1 rule. So yeah, let's mention that again on stream, Chris. That I forgot it last time.
But you see what happens, when I drove alone, I became second, and now that Bas is along, we become first. So we need him.
Congratulations, guys.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Absolutely. Well done on the win, and best of luck for the rest of the season. Thank you very much, Basil and Melis and Dimitri Shank.
Thank you, Chris, and obviously also congratulations to Kieran and Dean.
Indeed, who join us now in the box as well. Our GT3 winners, Dean Riley and Kieran Vidago. Oh, gentlemen, it looks so easy.
You can say that.
Definitely was.
Well, I mean, Kieran, we had a chat to you during the midst of the race, which we were very grateful for. And Dean, my goodness me, you were aware it was the second half of an endurance race. You were absolutely qualifying lap on every single go, it looked like.
Well, luckily enough, Kieran did a bit of fuel saving for me, so I could have some fun in the second half. But yeah, I was pushing. I mean, we had a big gap, so I thought I'd see if I can stick some laps in. But trying to find gaps in the traffic was the biggest battle of the race, I'd say. But yeah, Kieran did all the hard work. I just took the glory. Did a good job in qualifying. I think that's all I really did.
You can bet they're not as gracious towards one another when they're not in the same car. So next time out, as mentioned, is Nürburgring. Is it going to be business as usual? Is it just going to be you two romping off into the distance?
We're not sure yet. We'll have a good think. We don't. If some more entries come in, I'm sure we'll jump back in and challenge whoever wants to challenge us. But For the minute, yeah. We'll just wait until the next round comes. It was a nice, easy stroll tonight, and yeah, we want a bit of competition.
Wow, there you go. The bar has been set, and I mean, you can't take it away from either of you. You both did an absolutely brilliant job, and we wish you the best of luck. Not that you need it, but we do wish you the best of luck for the rest of the season. Thank you very much, Dean Riley and Kieran Verdago.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
That's going to wrap it up for tonight. Thank you very much to those that have been with us throughout the broadcast, either live or post-event. It's a great pleasure to have you on board. There you go. You can see on the calendar when we'll be back in action for this series. It is the 18th of February at the German Classic of the Nürburgring. Thank you very much, Chris Hill, for joining me in the commentary box, sir. A great pleasure to have you on board.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chris.
Thank you very much, Steve Proudly, for being in control of the cameras and giving us all the action and and as many updates as you could squeeze in. Always a great pleasure to work with your good self. And thank you very much to our drivers as well for putting on a fantastic show beginning to end. As for now, we'll wrap it up. Thank you very much, and we will see you next time. Until then, thank you very much, and good night!